Well, didn't take long. Mother Nature once again interfering with our racing. Something that typically does happen in Florida, so it's not something completely out of the realm of of possibility. But we will. Um, we'll have to talk about that first duel because there's a lot of people not happy in on social media right now. Very interesting. Um, you know, to to talk about really this first duel being um pretty tame. Again, some follow the leader, which is typical what we see um in these, you know, in these dual races, unfortunately. So um but we can definitely talk about um really that first duel was it was frustrating, a frustrating finish for sure. I think for those who are um fans of Gaunt Brothers Racing, man, that whole situation absolutely sucks. And it 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 hurts to see that. Timmy Hill as well, man. They got some sort of an issue happened, and and it took the Gaunt Brothers Racing completely out of the Daytona 500. I think they would have been they were in the race most of the night, and it just sucks that that a guy who finishes in the top five of the first duel. Maybe didn't have the best qualifying speed, but that team, we've seen they don't really have the best straight line speed. The fact that they weren't able to make it in after getting sponsorship on the car. Now, Bass Pro is everywhere this weekend. Obviously they're associates and full-time sponsors with Martin Truex Jr. They're on Jamie McMurray, and they were also with Ty Dillon. They're also with Noah Gregson. So they're Austin Dillon. So there's Bass Pro, almost like single-handedly funding a ton of race teams. Um, uh, and I would love it if we could see uh, a major change in the product. I think right now they're going to work on getting this track dry. It's going to get dry. The race is gonna finish tonight. It wasn't a very big burst of clouds that we saw um, in the on the radar, so it wasn't something that we were expecting. But ultimately, the story of this Speed Weeks is going to be the unfortunate situation for the 96 getting beat by Ryan Priest just at the line. And Priest was not up there the entire race long. And, it is a blow to Toyota because Toyota, that would have been another car in their regime for Sunday. Um, and unfortunately, it does just go to show that money does pay because with it, Austin Cindric makes the race. And takes that Verizon car in when they should have missed it. Austin Cindric theoretically still had a great chance to make it because if David Reagan was the top performer, which he probably will be in the second duel, I think he's got one of the better shots to be in the top, um, you know, top group. in that second um, qualifying race. We finally do have an opportunity to get cars competing for a spot in the 500 and cars going home. And I kind of feel like we didn't get um, the best finish out of it. Obviously, for us Canadians, Ty Dillon and maybe Ty Dillon wasn't the driver, but I think we've seen that 96, has had some heartbreakers last year as well. They got wrecked, and Suarez missed the show. They're gonna miss the show this year, and really on a technicality, they were in this race. They barely missed it, and that's what can happen. We've seen it the other way where guys barely make barely make it in, and it's tough, man. I love the fact that we have that Canadian team up in Cup, and it hurts, man. That really hurts to see that kind of come down to matter of inches is what it was, because Priest made that pass coming to the line, and Suarez dipped down low to try and get past. So again, we can be happy that at least a sponsor like Verizon is going to be in the race. That's a big company. Hopefully they'll come back and do a bit more sponsorship. Obviously they're going to sponsor Austin in the Xfinity race, but it sucks, man. It really hurts to see that for an organization that finally got a good deal with Bass Pro to come on board, and it's not gonna happen, unfortunately, this year. Where I think the something needs to, I mean, really, I don't know if they need to be 150 miles anymore. Like, to me, they could go back to 125s, and I think it would be just as fine. Um, you know, I I'll be honest, like some of these rules and stuff that they come up with, it just doesn't seem the smartest. I think we could go on. We could talk about the playoffs and be like, this doesn't make any sense. In any other racing series, you don't have that. You just have a season long championship, and whoever's the best over the entire season makes it in. Well, it should be that if you are the fastest car, that you get to make it in to the Daytona 500. Obviously, look at the Indy 500. Clearly the most prestigious race. You got to go in on based off your best 4-lap average. I know there's talk about wanting to get you have to be in a certain amount of points to qualify in, but that makes qualifying exciting. I don't know whether or not, and like I said, we were talking about this with the Busch Clash. I don't see a need for the Busch Clash anymore. What point has there been other than destroying race cars? Now, obviously this year, much better. If they were to go to maybe New Smyrna and put on a local, race for a smaller track, I like that idea. I think that would be great. I think that's something that you go for the All-Star race as well. And that would be a great opportunity to showcase the big talent on a smaller track and help and get that track some money, get a big crowd out to them, This, again, it just causes confusion. The amount of people on social media that are just my co-host, actually, Graydon, thought that Ty had made it in. And I'm like, well, no, he didn't. And the fact that we have to, you have to fight over that, it should have just been, you could take 2 from qualifying. That's it. They're in the race. Leave it at that. And then whoever is the top finishers in the duel make it into the race. That makes the most sense. I'm sorry why they have to fall back on the qualifying speed if they beat somebody that was faster in it's so stupid. It is such a stupid rule, because who is going to get hurt in the end? And listen, I'm all for teams participating and battling to make it into the race. But I'm sorry, when you have 3 cars that were a lap down, a couple like really off the pace cars, and I love smaller teams. I cheer for them. I love the underdog story. But in reality here, what is one of the problems? And the problem is you're going to have 3 or 4 Rick Ware cars that are going to be completely off the pace when you could have had Ty Dillon, you could have Austin Cindric, you could have Cowlick Racing, you could have Front Row Motorsports, where they would probably be in at least in the main pack for most of the race. You know, it is ridiculous that that's what we're having this debate again. When you have cars like Cody Ware, who was listen again, supporting them, but they're a lap down in a 150-mile race. What does that tell you about what they're going to be like for the Daytona 500? Obviously, it is, you know, something that we're going to have to endure. You're going to see it all season long, but this is the same situation I think that we're going to have for Xfinity and for trucks. It's going to come down to points, right? And you're going to have good teams that are going home. Again, this is a good problem to have. Remember, we used to take 43 cars in the race. Now, I don't think that they're going to go back to 43. I think they're staying at 40. That's probably their plan, is that they want 40 cars. But we have seen that in the Xfinity and the Truck Series, they've actually expanded the field because there was so many entries. So 46 cars, 46 trucks, I don't want to send anybody home. You know, I really don't. I think those fields, you know, Daytona, you have the option to do 43. If you've got guys that have sponsors on the car and aren't starting in parking, get them in the race. That was the whole debate, was because they wanted to lower the amount of entries that you could have in one race because there's so many start and parks. Absolutely true. It was bad, but we don't have that anymore. You don't have a large majority of start and parks. And even the guys that were doing it, like Ryan Sieg Racing, they've gotten rid of those entries. You know, they have cars now that are going to participate in the full race, or at least attempt to. So we have, again, NASCAR is going to have to start making decisions, because I think what we're seeing here is a lot of people that are not happy at the system. It's a bit of a flaw, you know, and it's unfortunate that we have a situation like this where, you know, we're not going to see a fully sponsored car in the Daytona 500 that was running in 5th place. He was up front. Ty Dillon was up front the entire race long and isn't making the Daytona 500, while he lost out to, see, that's kind of my thing too, is if you go a lap down, maybe you don't fall back on your speed, because you should be on the same lap as like, if you're not on the same lap as the other drivers, you know, maybe you don't fall back. You know, it seems ridiculous. Let's say that Austin Cindric had actually crashed out. So he could have crashed out, and let's say Timmy Hill and all them crashed out. If Priest still beats Dillon, then Cindric still makes it, but he crashed out of the duel. Like, that is ridiculous, right? If you think about it, it is silly. It should be, if you're going to have qualifying races, you got to be and if you're already locked in on speed, you're locked in. Nobody has to beat you to make it in. That to me, it doesn't make any sense. So again, it's a money thing. I think it doesn't help the smaller teams that can't afford to get a charter when you have guys like Rick Ware that go out and buy charters galore for their cars that are miles off the pace. We definitely have a good race potentially that's gonna brew. I think Hamlin is so incredibly good. He's so fast. I would hope that people are learning not to work with him because they want to win the race themselves. That's kind of why I was so livid at last year's finish, because I'm like, why are you guys working with him? Like, it's the same thing when we used to have Kyle Busch would always dominate on these plate races and would always be up front. And it's like, why is everybody working with people that you know are just going to go and beat you in the end, right? Obviously, you want to make that attempt, but then nobody would be able to beat them. This will be a very, very interesting race, obviously for those topics. But you know, the one thing that I like about this is that the 500 is this week. You're still going to have the road course next week. Now, can you imagine? And not many people are talking about this, but if it rains next weekend during the road course race, how cool will that be to have a Daytona road race in the rain? I mean, we saw it at the Charlotte Roval last year. The Charlotte Roval with the Xfinity Series was a bit of a clusterfuck. It was like it was it was cars going everywhere. There wasn't proper drainage. You wouldn't really have that, I don't think, at Daytona. I don't know if they would still do it because of the how fast the cars go on the super speedway, but I would hope that they'll entertain it. Obviously they've talked about like the rain being a problem, obviously tonight, but apparently it's going to be bad on Sunday as well, which nobody would want to see that. But can you imagine if we go from the Daytona 500 into a rain race, the second race of the season? How cool will that be? Like, I understand that there's a lot of people that are skeptical, but as a NASCAR Pinty Series fan, we race in the rain. You know, we've raced when it's cold and it's rainy outside, and the track is like ice. And we've seen Tagliani, one of the best road course racers in the world, get off just a little bit, and he pounded the tires at CTMP because he was on a wet track and just made a mistake. And that is how easy it can be. It is how easy that can be. So potentially you could have that next week. You could have a rain race at Daytona because, again, it's the time of the year, man. It is winter in Daytona. So you're going to get rain. The other thing that I would love to see from Fox, now here in Canada, TSN has switched to doing highlights or Sports Center or whatever alternative programming. Why not switch to a track pass? You're obviously, this is with Fox, so it's a little bit different. But if NASCAR was able to control their own thing and just to have a live stream of New Smyrna and have the modifieds running, you know, this is where those live stream and the broadcasting rights can really hinder NASCAR. They have an opportunity where they could be putting on their own product and showcasing it to millions of viewers during a rain delay instead of doing just driver interviews. Like, I understand why they do it, but to me, I've been seeing that since I started watching NASCAR, 17 years later. It doesn't change. It's the same formula every time that there's a rain delay. It would be better, I think, if they would take this as an opportunity to showcase the Pinty Series, the Whelen Modifieds, somebody else other than NASCAR, right? Or than the top dogs, But we'll go through here and we'll talk about the unfortunate kind of and the heartbreaking finish that it was of duel number one. It's funny because on jski.com, they have the number 43 as Eric Almirola, which is not actually correct. It's not the 43. He hasn't driven the 43 in a couple years. So at the back and finishing last, probably pulled it in because he was pretty much starting and parking, was Josh Bilicki. Started last, finished last, only ran 14 laps. Again, Rick Ware. I can't even believe I'm saying this, but 4 laps down in 21st place in a dual race, Cody Ware. Alex Bowman, the pole sitter for the 500. We don't know what's going to happen with that car because they're having engine related issues. He finishes in 20th place, 4 laps down. Timmy Hill, who was in contention to make the race. And I would have loved it if Timmy Hill would take that unsponsored 66 into the race and Verizon was like, you know what, we're going to go sponsor Tim A. Hill for the Daytona 500. That would be cool. I would love to have seen that. Quinn Houff, our boy Charlie Langenstein's team, again, 2 laps down. Like it hurts, man. That Armor All car of Eric Jones, 17th, Austin Cindric. Again, just hearing this, Austin Cindric, 16th place, a lap down, and he still made the 500. Tyler Reddick in the Lenovo car, one of the ugliest sponsor placements on a race car. They could have done a much better job on that paint scheme. Cole Custer, who ended up crashing and will probably go to a backup car. Denny Hamlin, who ran out of fuel, finishes in 13th place. Matty D in 12th. Ricky Stenhouse in 11th with a god-awful paint scheme. I don't know what's happened with JTG Doherty, but they need to get like Lefty or somebody to start doing their paint schemes, man. They are not doing a good job with them. McMurray is going to start in pretty good position for the 500. He finishes in 10th. Michael McDowell, who was in the top 10 for most of the race, in 9th place. And how about the iFly Chevrolet Daniel Suarez? This guy, man, he got up there. He led a lap in the iFly Chevy right from the start. He looked good. The car looked good. Now, what I want to see is this carry over to the next couple of races. We've seen before new teams look very good at the 500 and on the plate races and then are crap on everything else. Hopefully Trackhouse continues. I hope they get more sponsors. They were definitely impressive in that first race. Kyle Larson in his first race back, 7th place. Sorry, you might be able to hear my cat who's playing in the background. As always, she wants to be on camera. Ty Dillon in the 96, who needed to make the race, 6th place, and doesn't make the 500 because Ryan Preece gets out in front of him and finishes in 5th place. Joey Logano, my pick for this race, finishes 4th. Ryan Newman probably would be the best story of NASCAR this year if he comes back and wins the 500 after what happened last year. A great 3rd place finish in the Kohler number 6. Christopher Bell looked mighty impressive in the number 20. And Eric Almirola wins the duel number 1. He looked very, very good. We didn't really see a ton of passing in this race. It wasn't, it wasn't a ton of passing up front, but we desperately need to see some great racing. It would be nice. It would be very nice, actually, to see a 500 that isn't dominated by Joe Gibbs Racing or Hendrick. It would be kind of cool to see a team that isn't a contender normally go out there and win. A lot of people, actually, we'll talk with the NASCAR Weekly podcast. Chris Buescher, Jake Bassinger was picked him to potentially win the 500. And you know what? I will say Newman looked very competitive in this duel. He looked very good. The Fords in general looked very good. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'll say this one, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree that manufacturer orders have killed plate racing. It makes it such a boring concept, such a boring race when they do this. I hate the single file crap, that they put out there. Like, it is so boring to watch a race with them single file running the top the entire race. It is awful. And as somebody who started watching in 2002, and I go back, and people, that younger fans saying that plate racing is great right now. Are you kidding? Plate racing now is crap. Absolute crap. It's just a wreck fest or a single file. There has been good moments and there has been good races, but on a whole, if you go back to those early days, man, plate racing was so good. You had, you could have somebody that was a 30th place car week in and week out go up and lead. It was possible. The cars would just suck up so well. They would be, first off, beautiful cars. And you didn't really have I feel like the wrecking that you get now towards the end of the races. Seemed to be a lot more respect. Um, and you wouldn't, I think, have had so many controversies with people, turning people. Basically, I guess you'd say, since Brad Keselowski turned Carl because he didn't go under the line, we've had a lot more accidents towards the end of these races. And it was nice. And I'm going to go out and say that this is probably the best part of this whole speed week so far, is that we haven't had a ton of wrecked race cars. That is the best part about it. You have so many teams that are spending so much money week in and week out, and you don't want people to wreck cars. You don't want to start the year off that way. And that's where I'm kind of like, okay, is there really a need for the clash? It's the same reason why I thought when we were doing the duels, when there was 38 cars, why are we doing this? They could have just set it by qualifying. So, if you take all those away, it makes things a little bit different. And I'm wondering if there is an option for them in the future that, maybe we won't see the trucks and Xfinity all running at the 500 weekend. Maybe we'll see ARCA come off of Daytona and potentially run somewhere else. Obviously, you have the East that ran at New Smyrna this week. I believe they have a Pensacola as well is going to come up for ARCA, which is great. Absolutely fantastic. Love those short tracks. And, why not see if the Xfinity or the Truck Series stick a Florida short track in there as the second race of the season? Okay, we'll say the road course. Okay, the road course is coming up next week. I'm not even sure if it's just the trucks and Cup next week, or if it's all three. But if it's just two, why not stick the Xfinity Series at a short track in Florida somewhere? Build, a field at a nicer or a different facility. Flood other than just Daytona. Obviously, Daytona is their baby and they love Daytona, but there are lots of options here where you can put on a fantastic show. And again, the duels, there was nothing wrong with this duel today. Obviously, the single file sucks, and it sucks that it came down to a driver finishing sixth and a driver being a lap down and making the 500. That's not what you want. Thank you all for tuning in. By the way, I see we've had a couple people coming in. If you want to, let's talk about it in the chat. Get up here and we'll start talking. I'd like to see what your opinions are on the races, on what happened with Ty Dillon, with Austin Cindric, with Verizon, Timmy Hill, and what do you think is going to happen in the second duel race? We're going to be here for after the race. We scheduled originally a live stream to be at 10 o'clock, but obviously that is not going to happen. The second duel race, I mean, we're on TSN right now. We're still waiting for them to go back to Fox programming. So I haven't been checking Twitter to see where we're at in terms of the track being ready. But this this is just like Daytona, right? And could we see potentially The duels go away. No, it's part of speed weeks, but it'd be kind of cool if the Clash became sort of an all-star event with more than just cup guys, maybe getting the Xfinity champion in there, or the truck champion in there as well. Get some exposure for those guys. It's very interesting that we're going to have a duel so late again. It sucks that we weren't able to get it done a little bit earlier, but maybe it's something that they need to look at in the future. Is, do they bring it back to maybe an even earlier start? The duels always for me were they were obviously the start. And if you go way back, man, like 2002, Jimmy Spencer didn't make the 500. Chip Ganassi Racing didn't make the race. Would NASCAR teams and owners be like that now? Probably not. They probably would not want to have I can't imagine that they'd be totally happy with, let's just say, similar situation with the Cowley cars last year missing, with AJ Allmendinger, not making the race, and Ross Chastain having to make a deal with RSS Racing. Nemechek and John Hunter missed the truck race. That makes things exciting. And I remember, God, I can't remember what year it was, but 2000, maybe 13, when Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Justin Allgaier missed the Talladega race. They failed to qualify. Like, that shit just doesn't happen anymore. Like, you don't have those big teams missing races. But, again, I would much rather see it based off of speed alone. If you make this race, you're going to be in contention. To me, 3 Rick Ware cars, maybe even 4, that are going to be miles off the pace is not what I want to see in the field. Obviously, I think Cindric could keep up. We saw today that Timmy Hill could keep up. This is kind of a product of the system right now. And unfortunately, I don't see a change. And we have a lot to consider for the Xfinity series and the truck series. Potentially 10 trucks are going home. That's insane when you think about it. 10 trucks. Now, again, the way they're going about this, I think, is so silly, because you have 46 trucks that are going to be attempting to qualify. You have a potential to have 43 trucks in the race. You have 43 pit stalls. You could easily do that. But unfortunately, they've kind of roped themselves into this with the prize money. The prize money doesn't cover, I think, after 36. Now, I believe what the case was is, if the qualifying happens, they're taking 36. They're taking the fastest 36. And if it doesn't happen, then they'll take 40. You want to get sponsors interested. You want sponsors to be happy to see their cars at Daytona. It does not do the series good. It doesn't do the teams good if all of a sudden you're going to say, oh, well, we're going to send 10 home instead of maybe 6, or 4. It's really healthy this year. I will say, that's been surprising. I don't know what you guys think, but to me, to see a list that has 45 and 46, that's refreshing. We're only a couple away from getting to 50 again. Now there was a time where you get up to 60 entries, to make the Daytona 500. I still think we're really far away from that, but the hope is that you will garner more interest with the new car in 2022. The fact that I believe Adam Stern was what he had posted it on social media, that there's about 10 business groups that are interested in either partnering with current teams or investing in building their own team. One of the guys that I think would be great would be like Blake Shelton, huge musical star, lots of money. He partners up with somebody like Clint Boyer or somebody along those lines. I could see it. We've seen with Pitbull coming aboard. We've seen Michael Jordan. Celebrities can help feed this series. They can help feed, and not just down south. I'm talking in Canada as well, the NASCAR Pinty series. If we had some celebrity owners, that would be huge. We've had Montreal Canadian former players Patrice Brisbois and Marc-Andre Bergeron, who have been team owners in the NASCAR Pinty series. Marc-Andre Bergeron was a championship winning team owner for LP Dumoulin. So Michael Jordan being involved with Denny Hamlin, that is huge. Absolutely huge for this series. Now, if you can get somebody else interested, somebody that's also a very big NASCAR fan, like I said, Blake Shelton is the guy that I think of at the top of my head, but you could also get other athletes. You can get, like, I'm just saying, you get a LeBron James team. Now, I don't know if he's a NASCAR guy, but you get him in there. Bill Goldberg will say, the professional wrestler. He's a big car guy. You get somebody like Goldberg as a team owner. Then you got maybe WWE fans paying attention. And, there's a lot of options here. And the fact that we're seeing 46 and 45 entries is going to be very interesting to see where they go, next week, where they go week to week, whether we're going to see just Daytona entries or we're going to see these guys coming back week in and week out. Now, there was one, I guess you'd say, maybe two notable absences. Diversified Motorsports number 97 truck was not on the entry list. So I'm not sure what's going on with them, if they're even back, if they're still in existence. And the All Out Motorsports, which I think finally is sold. Corbin Forster, who's a creep and a weirdo, and we don't want anything to do with that guy, but he, that team was not on the entry list either. Waters Motorsports, which was going to attempt a couple of races last year, they weren't on the list either. So there's a couple of teams, but in reality, NY Racing, the money team, we weren't really expecting those. Tommy Baldwin, I think it was just too late for him to get going. But reality, we have not lost a ton. Obviously, the Cup teams is where there's problems, but the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series seem to be very healthy. Now, would Cup be as healthy if they allowed 5-car teams? That would be a very interesting topic. I'm very curious to see. I would expect that maybe Joe Gibbs Racing would potentially open up to that idea. I think that's where Bubba would have been if they allowed a 5th team, but I like that they didn't do it. And I like that, I think that Michael Jordan and Denny are going to invest in a second car. I think everybody thinks that that's going to happen. Toyota needs their car counts to go up because it is hurting them in the long run. And I think there's several options that we could see. Obviously, if you aren't aware about Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan's iRacing team, they run the 23 and the 32. Well, naturally, you would think the 32 is going to be their next car number. There's a couple of names that people have kind of thrown out there. You have John Hunter Nemechek, who's gone back to run the Truck Series this year with Kyle Busch Motorsports. There's kind of thinking that he could be somebody that we'll see in a 32 for that team. Also, Ty Dillon, who ran for them this week. But then there's also other names like Harrison Burton, who runs for JGR in the Xfinity Series, who's kind of thought to be somebody that could come into a second car if we see 2311 expand in the near future. I wonder if this is also going to be a nail in the coffin of sorts for Gaunt Brothers. We have not heard that they're going to be running full-time this year. They've only kind of committed Ty Dillon to a couple of races, next week included, but they did not make any plans running for 2021. And that is tough if that's the case. There are kind of our Canadian boys running down south. DJ Kennington has made the Daytona 500 with that team, so we know that they're capable, but they don't have that sponsorship. And I think there's been some beliefs that that could have been an all-star car of sorts for Joe Gibbs Racing as kind of an experimental ride for up and comers like Brandon Jones, Harrison Barton, maybe Daniel Hemrick to run Cup Series races as a Joe Gibbs affiliated team. Um, Very possible that that could be something they do end up doing this year, but there has not been any sort of announcement. One of the things that the duels offer us is a chance to really see who has cars that could be capable of competing in the future. Now, one of those teams that looked really good in the first duel, Ryan Newman. It is an understatement to say that that team was crap last year. Obviously, did not start off very well. Ryan had his severe wreck. I was so scared that I had seen Ryan pass away. It was a devastating wreck, and the team just never seemed to really pick up any sort of steam. And we have to remember one thing. He was that close to winning the Daytona 500 last year. They looked so good coming from 2019 into 2020, and then that happened. That is a team, and I talked about it with Noah Cornelius on Monday on the live stream. If you haven't watched it, make sure you check that out. It's on the channel under live. And one of the things that you can also make sure you do is to subscribe to Noah Cornelius. He just released an interview with Justin Champagne, a great iRacer and a huge NASCAR fan, probably Bubba Wallace's biggest fan other than Noah. And so we're good friends and are good buddies. And he was on the show, and we'll definitely have him back. And as a young kid, he's so mature. And I'm just watching one of the jet dryers slid off the banking and embedded itself in the pavement. Oh boy. Not been a good week for those guys, but they're still working on drying the track right now. And so that's good. We can kind of keep chatting. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and like the channel. Like the video if you can. We're trying to continue to build this. We normally focus on the NASCAR Penny Series. My co-host Graydon Bunn will be along hopefully for our later stream when the race is over. It will be a late one, mind you, because the race still isn't on yet. I'm really glad that I'm off work tomorrow, so I don't have to really worry about that. But so again, we mainly focus on the NASCAR Penny Series. Yesterday we had Jason White, who actually is competing tomorrow in the truck race, and on Saturday in the ARCA race, and in the truck race on the road course next week. He was actually on the show for a bit, and we actually had a Kevin Harvick cameo, which was awesome. So we do need to talk about what we're going to see this weekend. One of the things that, as a NASCAR fan, people like is accidents. And listen, nobody out there that's a NASCAR fan likes to admit that they watch to see accidents. But there's no doubt that you see the crowd roar when accidents happen. You see them react. There's always that reaction because of the fear, because of that excitement, who makes it through, who doesn't. Then there's a wreck like last year. And I'm a huge Ryan Blaney fan. I'm not a Denny Hamlin fan at all. And to me, the plate racing, if we see what we've seen the last couple of years where it just turns into wrecking people to win, doesn't do the sport good at all. And I would love to see a 500 last lap again that results in no contact. Go back to 2002. My very first Daytona 500 I watched was with the 22 Caterpillar Dodge for Ward Burton. Good old Ward Burton, who won the 2002 Daytona 500 after Sterling. One of my favorite calls ever, Benny Parsons. God rest his soul. He was one of the earliest introductions to racing was listening to Benny Parsons. And Benny Parsons' call in the 2002 Daytona 500. Oh, no, he can't do that. It was so good. And I just thought to myself, because I did not want Sterling to win. I didn't want Jeff Gordon to win. So when Sterling spun Jeff Gordon down into the infield, I was like, this is great. Then Sterling got out of his car and pulled on the fender, and everybody was in just bewilderment. But seeing that final lap where Ward Burton was able to just hold off Elliott Sadler and Jeffrey Bodine of all people in the James Finch 09, that was it for me, man. That was to see that cat car come in and win. Ward Burton, he was, he was a funny dude. And so my very first race was seeing that. And, I've never been to Daytona, but I feel like that type of moment, it's so different from what we see now. You're out racing, you're not out wrecking. And I think most people would love to see that. That's what was really intriguing actually about the Clash this year, was that it was racing. It wasn't wrecking. Well, it ended up being a wreck that cost the win. But do I think it was like an intentional wreck or anything like that? Like, it wasn't a high speed wreck either. And that was really nice to see. I mean, when you wreck, 3/4 of the field and it's constantly there's contact and wrecks, it gets a little bit stale for me. And especially when you're watching like 4 races, okay, 5, 6 races now a week. Even I think it's going to be 7 now that I think about it. Racing can be done clean. That race in 2002 did have a couple of big wrecks in it. It did. It's a plate race. But again, the difference being, I think, the cleanliness of the finish. Last year, I think, tainted a lot of people for the finishes and the whole, getting multiple attempts at a green, white checkered. Maybe if they did take that away, people would be a little more careful and not purposely or get too rough. If they got rid of the yellow line rule, would that really have made a difference? We go back to 2001. If Sterling could have gone below the yellow line to avoid Dale, would that have made the difference? I do think that there's going to need to be some sort of a switch up with plate racing in the future. And I love it. I still, they're some of my favorite races to watch, but I do think that what we've seen, if they can get the package right, road course racing and street course racing can be something successful for NASCAR. But one of the other things about that is you can get it in a city that's highly populated and can get a lot of interest with it being in the city. We have the Honda into Toronto here, and that's in the heart of Toronto, not directly downtown. It's still downtown, but it's not right in the core. It's just kind of in there, but it's accessible for so many people to get there. What's not accessible for a lot of people is to say, go to a race up in Mosport in Bowmanville. If you're in the GTA and you don't drive, it's not really easy to get to. But let's take public transportation to get to the IndyCar race in Toronto. You can drive, you can take the bus, you can take the streetcar, you can take the subway, and you can also take the train. So there's lots of options there. I I think we're gonna bring my co-host in right now, Graydon Bunn, because he's available, and we want to kind of get his opinion on everything going on right now. I've been talking for quite a bit, so we'll bring Graydon in and see what he has to say. It'll be interesting to see what Graydon thinks here, because it was definitely not the best race for me, at least, but a crushing defeat, unfortunately, in the end. Um, it. And we're going to bring him on right now. Graydon Bunn is going to join us right now, co-host of Fanside, and somebody we didn't actually think was going to be available tonight, but he is here for the duels. He's got to turn on the camera though, uh, so I can see him. But there
I
he
am
is.
here.
He is here. He's got the beer. He is ready. Fanside glass ready to take over for me, I've been chatting for it seems like forever now. But we got to know, Graydon, what is the brew of choice right now?
Well, first of all, that was a lame pour. There's quite a bit ahead on that. But drinking one of our local breweries, Lake of Bays Juicy IPA. It's a strong beer. It's a 6.2.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's got a nice some nice citrusy notes. I like my Bud Light, but I'm also a bit of a beer snob at heart. I just can't afford to do it all the time. That's all.
You
So
you and I are so different. It's so funny. It's like you got the country boy with his beer, you got the city boy with his iced tea. If I had some mics or if I had some Smirnoff, I'd be okay. But I don't buy alcohol. It's too expensive. I'd rather just rent it. Essentially that's what you do anyways. You just basically you're gonna spend some money on something you're gonna piss out in like a half an hour. So I always say, as long as somebody's buying it for me, sure, I'll drink.
yeah.
Graydon, I'm heartbroken. I'm devastated. Our Canadian boys were so damn close, and I hate the system so much because
Yes.
Austin Cindric, in my opinion, doesn't deserve to make it into the 500 because he wasn't fast enough in this race. I think going back on, listen, you and I have talked about this, about the playoff system.
Mm-hmm.
The playoff system is stupid. It is.
Yes.
Okay. Why are we rewarding people who weren't consistent all year long, but they won a race? Let's just say we're rewarding somebody like Austin Dillon who crashed Eric Almirola to win the Daytona 500. We're rewarding him by automatically saying he can be in the playoffs, even if he was crap all year long.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, Graydon, what other sport is like that?
Well, that kind of that spills over into the sports competition versus sports entertainment conversation.
Yep.
There, and this is the kind of thing that it gets me fired up because NASCAR spent literally like the Bill France Senior and especially the Bill France Junior era trying to validate themselves as a sport to go toe to
Yeah.
toe with the stick and ball sports.
Yep.
To me, after the decades of that work, they basically just kind of transitioned into sports entertainment. At least, let me say, at least from the model that they're going with right now. At some point, like anybody from the higher ups in NASCAR can challenge me on this because it's a fact. They at some point there was a change where they decided to go with the model of a Sweet 16 stick and ball tournament style, and that comes at the expense of what traditional motorsports what like is
Yeah.
like may the best man and machine or woman and machine may the best driver and machine win and team.
Yeah. It's listen.
And now it's
I
not that
just
at
I
all.
just want you to hear this, okay? Ty Dillon finished 6th and
Great
lost.
job by Gaunt Brothers Racing too.
Absolutely. They deserve all that credit. He lost to Starcom Racing being 2 laps down in the duel,
Mm-hmm.
Rick Ware Racing being 4 laps and not finishing the duel, and Austin Cindric, who was a lap down in the duel. and he finished sixth. Like
Yeah.
the system is, and I guess maybe we weren't really paying attention because it's normally only one or two cars that miss the show, right? This year,
Yeah, I was going to say this isn't
you know,
unique. Like
no, but
this is just maybe, like you said, more prominent this year because
there's actually cars.
yeah, the repercussions are more obvious this year.
Graydon, there's potentially 10 trucks that are going home tomorrow. 10. And
Yes.
that I don't even know if that includes our good buddy Jason White. Like I don't know if they're safe. I feel they are in terms of points, but if they're not fast enough, I still think if he's like incredibly slow, that his owner points only go so far. So if other people that are lower in owner points finish higher than him, he just goes down the line, right?
Yeah.
Again, we don't do dual races for those series, and they have more entries. So to me, if I'm a team like Jordan Anderson, who has no owner point, I'm not sure again what the deal is there if he did get owner points transferred to him, but he could miss the race and be faster than a whole bunch of people. It's so dumb, in my opinion, that they do it like this. Like,
Yeah.
I understand back in the day. I get it back in the day when there was 50 cars making it. That makes sense. I get it. But it should be, if you are locked in, you're locked in. And it does not matter what you do in the duel. That's the whole point of having qualifying, right? And then if you're in a duel, and I guess the reason why they do it this way is because they want the duels to be, quote, fair. If you have a duel with like 5 people that all need to make it in, and the other one, there's only one of you, I get that. Okay, that makes sense. But there needs to be some sort of a change here because, like we've talked about it, Gaunt Brothers Racing doesn't have money. They don't have a ton of money. They don't have sponsors. They finally got a huge sponsor with Ty Dillon, and they're going home.
Yeah, that isn't right. And I mean, as you said, like this isn't breaking news, but as it, it's just this year.
I'm still here. I just got to turn my heat off. Just give me a second.
Okay? Yeah, no, but it is a flawed system. A lot of people, whether they want to admit it or not, I mean, some people are right there with us in terms of that opinion that the system isn't right. And I mean, people tend to get more their back up more when if they have a dog in that fight and that dog kind of gets the pooch gets screwed, so to speak. And in this case, GBR did get kind of get the screws put to them. And I like, man, what kind of a system boots out a team that ran so well? And I mean, that is a problem that they need to look at. And as you said, back in the day, maybe this system worked. And NASCAR has proven with the shift in the schedule, the next gen whole era coming, that tradition can remain intact to a certain extent, but they aren't afraid to blow things up. So why do we need this format to qualify for the Daytona 500? Like you said, with the truck series, when there's this many vehicles or this many, such a big potential amount of, or like that many teams coming to race, why not treat it? And as you said, fair doesn't always resonate in racing. Like you don't always get what you deserve. You're a victim of the rules, and that's just what's so here with Gaunt Brothers. But why not look at like a dirt track or a short track Saturday night model where there's heats? When you have this many cars, I mean, you're going to have the safe races where guys are locked in or whatever. Like, forget the details of it, but look at a model where you would have kind of like your how you would set the field and who would go home according to heat races.
Would you support, and this is way out there, but would you support some sort of a duo with just the cars that need to make it? Instead of doing it on speed, you just have the cars that need to race and they race. That's it. Obviously when you get to 10, 15, well, I guess I'd be more considering like the trucks and stuff where there's 10,
Yeah,
or 20
you
that
have to
need to
be
make it in.
careful. Like you got to consider the venue.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean,
Daytona would be.
but then you're also getting into the entertainment conversation. Like
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
if you want to
Yeah.
just talk straight procedural, what would
Mhm.
work better? Maybe that would. But from an entertainment
Okay.
value, watching 8 to 10 vehicles going around a 2.5 mile super speedway, maybe not that entertaining. So you got to look at bang for your buck too. So I mean, to look at it from all angles, there's lots of things.
So okay, so let's think about this then. Do you then look at a a situation where you have let's again just take this cup series 44 for 40 spots. You have 43 pit stalls.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean, I said this before. I don't want to see, and we've talked about it at length. Sponsors are so critical to team success, and
Yes.
also not just team success, but they're also so important to the sport. The sport has suffered so much because of
Mm-hmm.
a lack of sponsors, and sponsors. Literally, you can go and look behind me at all the companies that are on these diecasts that aren't in racing anymore. Right?
Yep.
There's so many that they've lost, and consumer sponsors, first of all, that are really, really important to have. What does this do for a sponsor? Let's say on, let's beard oil. Okay. I know the team is what they are,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't make the 500. Let's just say that they don't make the 500. How does that help that team out? If they were faster than, let's say, Rick Ware Racing. And I know it seems like I'm picking on Rick Ware, but what did he do? He had money, he bought charters, yet they're the slowest cars, and they're making the race, and the guys that were faster than them, and not just faster in qualifying, but the race, still don't make it in.
It's hard
like
to not
like
cross.
like listen to this, right? Like,
Yeah.
doesn't it sound ridiculous when you think about it? Okay, if you're going to a Saturday night short track event, if you're going to a race at a local, let's say we're going to Sunset Speedway, and God forbid they have 50 cars show up, what do you want to be in there? You have your heat races, and whoever finishes the highest in the heat races to a certain position
Yep.
makes the race. Why do they do it separate for NASCAR? Why is
Brother,
it? Because it's the 500. It just seems so convoluted. It's such a mess. It's
I
such a
hate to
mess.
tell you, and I hate to say it, but it's not the real world. But well, I mean, it sort of is, but it's political. It's sports politics.
Yep.
It boils down to the almighty dollar and politics, and I don't like to say that, but I mean, we always like NASCAR has always been a money driven sport, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's truer now than it's ever been.
You can't tell me that Penske Verizon deal, them making the 500, if they didn't,
Mm-hmm.
how upset NASCAR would be. Because
Yeah, I
A
mean that's
Verizon car, a Penske car would miss the 500.
mm-hmm. It.
I was talking about it, like, let's, Graydon, the Indy 500. You have cars trying to make that race. James Hinchcliffe, our boy, missed it because he wasn't fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not that hard. And then again, if you're going to take two, take the two that qualified in, and that's it. Whoever finishes first, other than those qualified cars, whoever finishes the highest makes the 500 in both duels. Easy, done.
Well,
Right?
you touched on something else just a moment ago that maybe they should pay consideration to is also what the track or how many pit stalls and how many teams a track can accommodate and base your
Yeah.
field size on that. If you can fit 43 teams in there, let 43 teams come.
I think
And
we're done, man. I think they're done with the starting parks. Like, I don't see what we used to have.
mm-hmm. And I
Like,
think that it's if like yeah, like you said, Daytona is plenty capable of accommodating like what used to be a full field with
Yeah.
43 cars. And I mean, if 44, 45, like throughout speed week, through attrition, a couple of the smaller budget teams suffer some sort of a catastrophic failure, that you're probably going
Yeah.
to end up with maybe 43 running cars by race day anyways, that
Mhm.
it's not such a big deal. Like we aren't seeing like 58, 59 cars anymore for the
No.
Cup Series. But
No.
regardless, I think maybe that is like what you sort of touched on, is maybe they base their field size on what the tracks can handle. And if that many teams show up, let them stay and race.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to all that are tuning in right now. This is actually, I know it's not a huge number, but we've got 10 people that are watching right now.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Subscribe, like. Definitely, we're here going to be here all week long. We normally focus on the NASCAR Pinty series, but our season has not obviously started yet. So we're definitely talking about this. Definitely check out the content. We love seeing you guys. Come on, please comment in the chat. Like we want to hear from you. We want to see what your opinions are on the duels. Who do you have for duel number 2? You know, what's your opinions on the racing that we've seen? Well, we're growing already. We just went up to 13. So definitely, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. And
Yeah,
we
we
got a like
absolutely
out of that.
appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Who do we have here? We do have somebody on here. Funk Builders Cup Series. That sounds interesting. I might have to check that out. Hi. How are you doing? Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Our new friend.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Funk, I want to hear from you how you think the
Cheers
first
to
duel
you.
went. Yes, cheers. I don't have my drink. My drink's over there, but thank you. I want to hear what you guys thought of that first duel. Graydon, I hate a parade. I
Yeah.
do. I hate single file racing so much with such a passion. It's listen, we've talked about a lot of stuff. And one of the things that I absolutely hate is manufacturer orders. They've ruined this type of racing. It sucks. I don't want to see that. Maybe it's Jaden Baker, duel 2 predictions. Interesting. I want to hear yours first. If I'm saying that right. It does look like they are going to race tonight, guys. They're already drying the track. The rain cell was very small. So, and it apparently we do have somebody that is at the track, Jeff Gottler, who is a Pinty Series spotter and is spotting for, who was he spotting for tonight? Was he spotting for Dylan tonight? He may have been.
I'm not sure.
I know he's spotting for Spencer Davis. So,
yeah, I did know that. I'm not sure who he's spotting for tonight.
My dad's work company. Love it. Absolutely love it. I want to see some more about Funk Builders Cup Series. Is this an iRacing league or an NR 2003 league or stop motion, whatever it is? I want to hear about it. It's cool. Guys, let me know what you're thinking. 16 now watching in the chat. Holy crap. This is
awesome
coming out party for Fanside. If you haven't, we're also good old Canadian boys, eh? So, Bubba Wallace, Patty Patrick, thank you for joining in. Love the name. MTJ, he might be, listen, he'll probably be pissed because of how he did. Where can we watch the duels? On TSN right now. We get a good stream from TSN because we don't get Fox Sports 1 up here. So thank you, Gigi Patata. That's a great name. I love it. Yeah,
I don't think they have the footage on right now, do they? Or they
no,
they
right now, right now it's they're showing highlights or like one of those TSN countdowns. So TSN 4, guys, TSN 4. If you have it. If not, one of the tips, go to Reddit. If you don't know about Reddit, Motorsport and Motorsport streams. Okay, so they normally have options to stream if you don't have access to those channels. Okay. The duel, I mean, right now they're still drawing the track. I don't expect it to start until 10:30 maybe. So we'll be here late. Yeah, all right, buddy. Funk Builders, he does live races for 164 custom sprint cars. He makes
no way.
Sprint car die casts.
Oh, wow.
That is a hot ticket. Guys, check out Funk Builders Cup Series. Make sure you subscribe to him. That's Listen, custom
That's
diecast is
kind of
always
cool.
fantastic. Up to
Yeah,
17 viewers here. I could cry. That's the most we've ever had. Uh, he uses Hot Wheels sliders to make customs. Listen, I'm intrigued. I'm going to be checking you out after the
yeah, that's
after our
super
live stream
badass.
today. So Patty, Aiden said, or Aiden or Jaden, correct me if I'm wrong, bud. I think Bubba Wallace will make it in. Well, Bubba is in the race, so he is going to make it. Is he going to win? You know, I I liked
He
what I
showed speed,
saw.
man.
I liked what I saw, man, and he was oddly very reserved in his interview. He looks very focused,
Yeah, I
and
think that's what
I
you just
like
said.
it.
Like he's got his game face on. I think Bubba's got to know in his head this is his shot. I
Yeah,
mean, this
no
team is a
more.
state. This team
Yeah,
is a statement team, not just any other career. Like this is
yeah.
a career move for Bubba, and it's time to put up or shut up. So I mean, and hey, I know he's aware of the pressure that's on him, but I mean that kid like he wants to perform and do well, and
Yeah.
so far the 23s look pretty stout for its first time out. But
Oh.
this is what the when you were talking about how the first duel started,
Mhm.
they started out kind of three wide there for a little bit, and Owen said when we were there in 2015, that was the boys' first and only cup race actually that they've been to, and we sat in the turn two grandstand top row before they took them all down, and man, they were three wide for like 10 or 11 rows deep for a lot of that race in 2015. And he said at the start, he's like, that's what they looked like when we were there. And I said, yeah, it was. And then, but then before you know it, and he's like, what happened? He's like, they're all strung out again. And it's, it just shows what, I mean,
Mhm.
aerodynamics and oh my God, you and I were talking about it and I'm going to start
I
on it
know what
is
you're. I know where you're going, buddy. I
that
want you to rant.
that
Go, go, go.
goddamn giant spoiler. I hate it. I hate it
Oh,
so much. Like we're gonna put curtains and track lighting on that stupid window on the back, man.
I'm waiting.
I hate it
I'm
so
waiting.
much.
I am waiting for them to put lights and underglow for when they go racing in the dark. Now, I
Yeah, put
really
some
feel.
garland and Christmas lights on that stupid thing. I hate it. It looks so dumb. Just on
Yeah.
looks alone, it's terrible. But I mean, okay, this is my conversation. NASCAR is not. They've shown that they are not afraid to blow things up and defy tradition when they see fit.
Mm-hmm.
They have dedicated super speedway cars. It's a fact.
Yes.
They have, I mean, they don't, to my knowledge, maybe we'll have to bring Charlie in again on this, but like
Yeah.
they have, I'm sure certain engines that aren't just like the same this like they might be the same size block or whatever for cubic inch displacement at the core, but they must have their certain engines that only go for the super speedway cars. Why not build just a smaller cubic inch displacement engine that is unrestricted and let them eat just like any other racetrack? Slow them down, but slow them down by how like
Yeah.
they can build engines to last 600 miles, 1,000
Yeah.
miles, whatever they want to do nowadays. Just build an engine that is a dedicated super speedway engine that's unrestricted, that we're not at the mercy of all this aerodynamic BS. Like
It's
enough's
just.
enough. It
It's
worked in
so bad.
1988 to slow them
Yeah.
down, but we're in
Yeah.
2021. Let's think a little harder here.
It's
There, that's my small in a nutshell rant. I could have
no. We
went
got to
for an
get you. We got to
hour.
get you fired up, Grade. We got to
Jesus,
get you
I
real
hate it
fired up.
so much, people.
Oh, and
I
listen,
and for the
these
record,
ones,
also thanks
nothing
for
wrong.
everyone. Yeah, like look at
Nothing
that.
wrong with that spoiler. Beautiful. Look how nice and
Aesthetically,
small
it
it
was
was.
just much nicer looking. It went with the
Beautiful looking.
contour of the trunk lid.
Yeah. Scratch Fever, thank you for tuning in. Definitely, if you haven't already, subscribe, like the content, and
That's what I was just gonna
you
say.
know,
These people that are tuning in to listen to the crazy Canadian guy rant about these giant ass spoilers, but
I'm cool
hey,
with that.
yeah, but hey, everybody, we appreciate you being here. So thanks for jumping on and watching with us. And yeah, so now you know Smooth Operator's position on the giant ass spoilers and the LDF in general. Just friggin' hate
Funk
it.
Funk Builders, thank you so much. He's got 2 Instagrams, guys. Make sure you check him out. Aiden Baker, pit strategy will play a big part from what we've seen in Duel 1. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think so.
I think part 1 was way too clean. Way too clean. At Joe NASCAR 34 and at NASCAR _pitboxes, Instagram for Funk Builders Cup Series. Jeremy Granger, thank you for tuning in. Yes, track is being dry, but we went back to highlights on TSN, so it must be still going to be a while. They actually had to retrieve a jet dryer that basically crashed on the banking. So
so
we can't actually Scratch Fever. We can't actually show that on our channel, but what you can do is go to Reddit if you are looking for the race. Go to Reddit and Motorsport Streams is a subreddit. Typically, they have links if you need to find a stream. Okay. Cam
can do a hell of a description.
I only do that because that's what I had to do because we don't get Track Pass here. So
there you go.
Funk Builders is going for Truex. It's
a solid pick.
We picked our picks for first race. I picked Logano and was pretty close. GG Patata, thoughts on what Blaney this year, on how Blaney I guess is going to be this year. Honestly, GG, he's got to perform, and he's one of those guys. I feel it's kind of similar to Bubba in that he gets himself all riled up and makes mistakes. He made mistakes in the clash, and that's why he lost that race. Thank you, Scratch Fever, man. That's great. I don't think we were going to do a live stream while the race is on. We could. That would probably be very fun. But great.
I don't have a TV down here.
I was going to say, Graydon can't really do that from down here.
I'll go nuts.
Yeah, he'll go nuts. He can still probably there be a part of the conversation on.
Yeah, I can live tweet it or whatever.
I can actually do that because I have the TV up on the wall. So, and I don't have a house like some people. People, 17 people currently viewing in. Thank you so much for tuning in. GG, I think Blaney, again, I don't think we can be surprised if he takes 1 or 2 wins this year. Graydon, what do you think about Ryan Blaney this year?
Well, to add to GG, my youngest son is he's a pretty big De Benedetto fan, and he also thinks a lot of young Ryan Blaney as well. So he's and if
young Ryan Blaney, that was good. Nice.
Yeah, and he also my youngest son has also got a real knack for picking stuff, and he's got a real good feeling about Ryan Blaney. And man, like Cam, my kids somehow like they got a knack for this stuff. He's got a feeling about
smartest predictors. Smartest predictors ever. I finally got my first prediction right for the clash, and that was only because of the last turn crash. Those kids and your wife have beaten us in every prediction so far. You finally win a prediction, and then your boy has an engine problem and might not even start from the pole.
Yeah, I know, right? That's about the way it goes. I mean, even like we don't even pick for points for the pole. We just did that for fun. Yeah. But I mean, I had my 5 minutes of fame there, or whatever you want to call it. But it looks like, Bowman might be starting from the back, which I mean, in the 500, in the scheme of things, it's not a real big deal, provided that he can stay out of all the craziness. So we'll look for the 48 to make its way through. But I mean, that car is looking pretty sweet, just in terms of the looks of the car itself. But I mean, in terms performance-wise so far, I see no reason to think why, if they do have to change heartbeats to that thing, that it won't miss a beat and it'll be right up there again.
I want to say that the second duel is going to be hopefully a lot more exciting. I think that first one was a bit of a.
They tend to be opposites to each other.
They do.
If one's tame, the next one's going to be probably kind of bonkers.
The one guy that's in there, guys, that we haven't really talked about is Mr. Noah Gragson. And Noah Gragson.
Yeah, he might bring a show.
Noah Gragson will spin out his grandmother to make it to the Daytona 500.
And then throw up on her if he wins.
Yeah, he would definitely throw up on her and then he'll chug a beer right after. But
Oh, we're kind of kindred spirits that way, I guess. But
very similar, aren't you?
I'll be right back.
I've only got the mullet running right now, so definitely, guys. I did post our social media in the chat if you wouldn't mind. If you can, guys, you can follow us on social media. We do broadcasts, so not broadcasts. We do shows every week, mostly doing interviews. Also, this week we're doing live streams every single day until the end of the Daytona 500. We're hoping to get a NASCAR Pinty Series guest for a preview. Michael Gandy, thank you for tuning in. That is so nice to see you in there. 21 team going to be fast this year. Matty D is on the game. Going to be exciting. Awesome team to watch this year. Competitive. You know what? I would have to agree with that. Why? We've seen how Matty D does when his career is on the line. He did very well in that 95 the last year.
Clutch performer.
Yeah, but I would love to see, oh God, I would love to see Matty D win a race. And if it's the 500, holy crap. Funk Builders, yes, we do have an Instagram, just me though, at CamK Racing. Graydon, we're getting Graydon on social media slowly, but right now we just have his Twitter up there in the chat, myself, and of course Fanside's Twitter. 24 people watching right now. Holy crap, nice. Guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, to all of you guys, I'm kind of a one-trick pony in terms of the social media. I will try to branch out a little bit more. I'm almost 40, so I don't know if – I mean, there's other people my age that are much more in tune with social media, but I was kind of a late bloomer or whatever, but I'm kind of old school. Like if the internet ran on diesel, I'd be all right. But I mean,
this is the difference, guys. This difference. I got city boy and a country boy right up there, right? Country boy. Actually, it's to the side. I'm looking at certain things. He's on the side here this way. So who we got predictions wise, guys? People in the chat, I want to hear from you. Who is winning duel number 2?
Let's hear it.
Give me a reason why. Because a lot of people just throw out a prediction, but who is winning the second duel? And not just that, who is going to race their way in to the Daytona 500? Is it going to be Gralla? Is it going to be Gregson? I'm not sure who it was the quicker. I think Gralla was the quickest in terms of it. Gregson has to race it his way in because he did not qualify. So if you are guys in the chat, make sure I want to hear from you guys on what your opinions are. Graydon, we're going to start with you. Who do you think has got duel number 2?
Well, we actually kind of made a few picks. We didn't put them out there to everybody, but if you didn't
know, Graydon's family is all part of they do their own predictions every week. They have their own fantasy league. And how many times have you won, Graydon?
I have not claimed the season-long championship once, and honestly, I can't remember the last time I won a pick. My family, we talked about this last night. My wife knew nothing of NASCAR prior to us being together, and then once we got together, we started going to some races, and then Owen and Riley come along. I teach them all about the ways of NASCAR, and now they're all better than me. So here we are.
We got predictions. Before we get to yours, Michael Gandy, Wood Brothers getting a win with Matty D. Yeah,
my little fella would love that. And
always a 21 and a Pearson fan.
Nice.
Martin Truex Jr., Aiden Baker. He's really good at Daytona. You are correct. He is really good at Daytona. He almost won that 500 a couple of years ago before getting unceremoniously punted out of the way. Oh, no, that wasn't him. That was Matt Kenseth by his teammate. Almost won it. Denny Hamlin stole it, and I cried like a little girl. He was that close. No, I didn't cry. Okay, I cried a little.
It's okay, man.
Jesus, what is it going to take? What is it going to take for him to win on a plate race? Like, you got to go back all the way to the DEI days. 29 people tuning in. Holy hell, guys. Thank you so much.
This is great, people.
I mean, so cool. Yeah. Eric Godwin. Oh my God, Eric. So cool to see you, my friend. The
Thanks for all
man
the hero
himself.
cards and the stickers, bud.
He says Rowdy wins his first Daytona 500. Ooh, I like that pick because
Man, that
that's
would be such a good story.
oh, especially after the year he had last year. Oh
Oh
my
man,
gosh, that would be
yeah. I
great.
mean, he squeaked out the win when they were putting all the pressure on him that he might not get a win for the first time in his career. But yeah, that would be awesome. Hey Eric,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is great.
Dude,
Everybody, thank you.
guys, over 30 people viewing. This is huge for us. This is the most we've ever actually had, guys. So thank you
We're trying to
all.
grow this thing in a
Ross
pretty
Rendure. Ross Rendure. Kez brings the thunder from Michigan. Dark horse pick. Brad Keselowski. Everybody always counts him out.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm tipping my hand already, but I've actually put this out to our friends at Turns No Breaks podcast. They're out in California. Um, I'm picking Keselowski for the 500 because I think he can get it done.
Ooh. I
I
haven't actually
That's
picked.
tipping the hand,
I
but
actually haven't done my 500 pick yet. So
that's
I'm
a
just
huge
talking
tip of
about,
my
we're
hand.
talking
But
duel number two, guys. Duel number two right now. Who is winning? Duel number two. Eric Bodwin. Also, Landon Castle wins the Xfinity Series race.
ooh,
I would friggin' love that. The blue emo number four, Landon, an overall great guy. He's going back home. And not only that, guys, can we just finally get a win for JD Motorsports, for Gary Keller, for Johnny
yes,
Davis? They have been at it for so long. They've struggled for so
it's
long.
coming.
I mean, they're. I love this move. I love the move with Landon Castle going to that team. Such an underrated driver. He was performing so well for Starcom Racing. He was doing so well for them. Matthew, my friend, thank you for tuning in. Matthew Hall, you are late. Automatically, you're going down a notch in our favorite fans pool right there. You're losing
Oh
it.
no.
Eric, his bias, that's his car. So we want to thank Eric as well because we've been uh, on the Eric Bodwin. If I'm saying that right, I'm so sorry if I'm not, but I'm not French Canadian. If that is French Canadian, God, I'm so embarrassed now. I don't know if I should even be saying this, but Eric, I should be saying a Baldwin, um,
Baudouin.
Baldwin, Baldwin. Let me know. Um, Aiden Baker, chances for an upset victory seem to be a lot higher than usual. I agree,
Yes.
definitely. It seems like the field, especially in that first duel, is a lot more, you know, right there. Oh, here we go. K
And
Dog.
not just for the Daytona 500, but I think this year we're due for some good stories in general. The shakeup with the road courses and just the new players that we have in the Cup Series and new teams. I think we're going to get some good stories this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And GG once again, if we're talking Daytona 500 storylines, how about the three getting into victory lane 20 years after Dale's wreck? Okay. Um, definitely GG. That's true. Not
Yeah,
gonna say that I love that moment though. I think he would have passed him. If you passed him clean, it would have been much a better story. It always unfortunately going to be tainted by fans. People are always going to show Austin disrespect for that. Always going to discount it. It's just the way that NASCAR fans seem to be. But he did win it. There's no, there's no faking around it. He did win. So yeah, definitely. Yeah. Cassandra Keller, thank you so much for tuning in. Anyone but Hamlin, I 1,000% agree with you. I'm sick of seeing Denny Hamlin win the Daytona 500.
my
Oh,
wife will
I didn't
disagree.
even know Eric was part of the crew member for the team. Did you know that?
What's this?
Eric Bonewin is a crew member for JD Motorsports. An inside scoop.
I knew he was aligned with Dumoulin Competition, but
Where
I
have
did
our
not.
invites been, Eric? Like, what the hell?
Wow. Well, either way, we appreciate you having or you tuning in, Eric. This is man, the crowd. This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
34.
really trying to grow this thing
Yeah.
and get our name out there. So I mean, if you guys are liking what you see, tell a friend and get them to tune in, because we hope to make this kind of a mainstay, and we hope to be here for a long time,
Yeah, you
and
guys are
bring the action to you as much
just
as we can.
amazing. Just amazing. And we do have options, guys. We do talk. We're going to be live streaming all week long. So come on back, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to get up to 100. So we're at 77 right now, guys. This would be awesome. Oh, I got to catch up on the chat here. Yeah, Cassandra, I agree with you. Anybody but Hamlin, thank you for tuning in, Cassandra.
Cam's a busy man there, running all the controls.
Maddie,
See, this is it, folks. I just sit on the other end here and blab away, and Cam's like twisting knobs and pushing buttons and watching screens. And oh man,
Maddie gives us an excuse. Matthew, I'm not going to let you off the hook right now. Sorry, I was watching
what
my favorite Twitch streamers broadcast of my racing. Well, that's no excuse. I feel hurt. K-Dog. M Key, I so want to see Ty Dillon to do good in the new car. I want to see Ty Dillon in a car full time next year, whether it's in Xfinity trucks or in Cup. Aiden Baker, this is Bowman's breakout season. It has to be. Love that.
Yeah.
I'm keep going here. Eric says, I'm not sure what that means. Hopefully not good. Cassandra agrees with Showman the Bowman. I think it's supposed to be the other way around. Bowman the Showman year for sure. I agree with that for sure. Michael Gandy, Bowman going to do good this year. The team's on the game for sure. Awesome driver. Matthew Hall giving us our update at 83 subs. Holy hell. Eric, thank you so much, buddy, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. 39 viewers. We got some new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Again, we'll be here all the way to the Daytona 500. We love racing. We love chat and racing. 39 viewers right now. Thank you so much, guys. I'm still waiting to hear, though, on the actual duel number 2, guys. Who is advancing? Who's going to be that last guy to advance it? Is it going to be Noah Gragson? Is it going to be Kaz Grala? Who makes it in?
Holla for Grala.
DeGuy Ball, thank you for tuning in, my friend.
We're going to... for the family, we made our picks because the boys we let them watch till the end of the first duel, but they do have to go to school tomorrow, so we shut them down. Riley picked, he's been all about Bubba in that 2311 car so far, and they've shown that they've been pretty good out of the box. So Riley's picking the 23 for duel 2. Owen's going with the 9, and Jessica is taking Truex. And I'm
Truex.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm also, we were talking about young Brian Blaney. I'm going to go with young Ryan Blaney for duel 2. So there's our picks. So we want to hear more of everyone else's too.
Brad Miller, thank you for tuning in, buddy. We really appreciate
Mr. Brad Miller.
Brad Miller, the hero he is. DeGuy Ball, the Toyotas
Team
have a
laps
fleet.
for
They
MD.
damn well sure do have a fleet this year. Sue Stevens, thank you for tuning in. That is a blast to have you on there. Is it on, or what are they showing right now? They are showing the best fan moments on TSN4. We don't have FS1, so I can't, or I guess it's on FS1. So I can't really tell you what's on there. Hall, F for the Bun Sons. Aiden Baker, wild prediction, an underdog will get a top 3. I like that. I do. I really think that that's possible. Ryan Newman got a top 3 in that last race. And how awesome, Graydon, would it be after the year that he had last year?
Man,
Newman in potentially, he could, if he wins it even, like.
And how sick does that 6 car look? It's got like a little
good.
bit of the Mark Martin kind of Pfizer throwback sort of vibe, which, I mean, it's just a beautiful car. And as you said, I mean, for Newman to come back, like that guy, as we've talked about, is a one-man highlight reel of wrecks at super speedways, but at the same time,
he's got a knack of it.
He's got a knack of wrecking, but he's also, it's just because he's willing to go that far to be in a situation to win. Like, he's a good plate racer.
Yeah.
Like, when he's going wheels up, it's because he's he's doing typical Newman stuff, being as wide as possible. And
it's not just that great. And he's had cars land on him like 3 times. Ross,
which way you can wreck that. Newman has written the book and invented bars to prevent.
Exactly.
The Newman bar, like
Ross. Once again, I don't know if he's doing this because his name's Ross, but 42 might be a nice surprise. Two, I'm not biased, man. Are you sure about that? I don't know. Ross voting for a Ross. That sounds for sure. I think Ross could surprise people. He's also one of those guys, Graydon, that he can get a little over aggressive, but that can also be a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, Ross is an aggressive driver. You can see it. He's not shy about saying that he's an aggressive driver. And I mean, as a team owner, maybe you'd probably want a guy that's a little more aggressive than a little bit shy, especially at a super speedway. You don't want a gun shy guy behind the wheel when you're out there with another 40 guys or drivers. So yeah, I think Ross maybe drives a little over his head, but I mean, that will come with experience, I would think. I mean, if he's going to stick around in the sport, the learning curve's going to be there, and he'll get his head around that, and he'll be. I think he's got great potential to be a good wheelman. He
So
is a good wheelman now.
right now, thank you, Jaden Batchert. If I said your last name correctly, I hope I did. I apologize if I did not do it right. Drivers are to report to cars at 10:30 p.m. So we will take you right up to 10:30 p.m. I can stay, guys, on camera for the race, and we can do a live kind of ride along as the race is on.
I got to report to my TV at 10:30 then.
Yeah. Graydon's not able to do so, but I mean, Graydon, you can probably end up in the chat if you're able to. If not, no big deal. We'll get you after the race. But we can continue kind of on that. So let's go. Michael Gandy. Newman's always been a play contender. 100. Yeah, he is. He just, unfortunately, it just ends up the wrong way for him. Brad Miller would like to see Briscoe at, dude, he's our boy. We love Chase Briscoe.
Hell yeah.
He should surprise, I think, in 2021. Absolutely. Michael Gandy wouldn't count out that Stuart Haas camp at all. Looking good so far. Tough team. Who's been sleeping this week so far? Kevin Harvick. Cassandra Keller. I would like to see Chase Briscoe take on Chase Elliott on the road courses. Ooh, I love a double chase fight on the road courses. That sounds fantastic. That would be great. Not only that, I threw this out earlier in the stream. I'm just saying, Graydon, we didn't even consider this, but what did it do today that it could potentially do next week during the race? And it's a road course race.
Yeah, we could throw some rain at this and really level the playing field a little bit, really separate who can drive and who can't.
Oh, I would lose.
Wouldn't hurt my feelings a bit.
No, that would be awesome. And not only that, we could potentially have two rain races. You could have the truck one, and I don't know. Guys in the chat, is Xfinity running the road course next week too? I can't remember. I don't think they are, but
I feel like they aren't. But
I don't feel like they are either. But and they might not be. So one of the
they got some of the best road course drivers in. I mean,
Cindric is supposed to race next week on the road course, I believe, for Cup as well.
springs to mind, and
LaBay. Somebody threw out tag for the truck race. I think Jason did last night, and I don't remember anybody saying that tag was actually going to be there. So he may have revealed that, which would be great.
Holy crap! Yeah,
Aiden. Deguy. Look for those Toyotas towards the end of the 500. Always. They do the same strategy every year. They drop to the back and then they make their way up to the front. Aiden, Cindric can get a top 10 at Daytona. Absolutely, he can. An underdog for sure. Michael Gandy, Harvick, the closer, reminds me of Pearson. Don't know he's there until he's passing you. That is damn sure. I remember that 600, man, when he came out and he beat Junior after Junior. Oh, that must have been heartbreaking for you when Junior out of turn 4 ran out of gas in the 88 and Harv came by and stole it from him.
Yeah, that
hurts.
That got
another
thing about Harvick, to add to Harvick, he's that middleman now. That's the in between he's kind of the old school guy, but he's that bridge between like the Tony Stewarts and the Dale Juniors and the Jeff Gordons and the new guys. And Harvick's a lot like Dale Sr. was, in that, like, he's not big on practice, especially like in Daytona 500. If he doesn't need to practice, he won't. You got what you got pretty much. He knows all he needs to know about the car within the first few laps turn. If like you're not going to really gain that much on a super speedway car at the track. If it's fast, it's fast. If it's slow, it's not going to be fast. So I think you don't have anything to worry about with Harvick. He'll be there at the end, guaranteed.
Cassandra, rain would be best. Don't make us cry. I'm not sure about the don't make us cry. Did I do something that would make us cry? Hopefully not. I apologize if that's going to make you sad, or cry with laughter. Cry with laughter would be great. Aiden Baker, a lot of rookies this season, so I see a big wreck at the end of the 500. You know what's funny about that, Aiden, is that, and I hope I'm still saying it right, that it is Aiden and not maybe Jaden. Just make sure. I just want to make sure. But we've seen a lot of veterans make stupid moves that cause wrecks. So
Harvick's done it.
I mean, Talladega, he made that.
Friggin' right. He watered the whole damn field up.
Yeah, and Denny's done it multiple times. Jimmy Johnson used to wreck the field almost every year.
Frequently, yeah.
So, the best of the best used to do it. Guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. At Fanside RCW on Twitter. Jaden, it is Jaden. I'm calling you Aiden all night, bud. I'm so sorry. Thank you for correcting me. Jaden Baker, guys. So if you can, give us a subscribe, give us a follow. We'll be here all week long. We'll also be weekly. We talk about the NASCAR Pinty Series. Normally we have an interview with a NASCAR Pinty Series driver, or we actually have had interviews with drivers from the NASCAR Xfinity Series and the Truck Series, including Rafael Lessard. We have also had Ryan Vargas on the show and Josh Williams. All of them friggin' amazing guys. Like, wow.
Great people.
Mario Gosselin we had on this show. Graydon.
Are we walking to the cars?
Sorry to interrupt, but they are now back on NASCAR on TSN 4. As you see a cat butt for the first time tonight. Congratulations, everybody. You get the first Nala cat butt of the episode. You'll definitely see her. They're still in the studio right now.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll stick around. You just give me the holler when.
Yep.
I'll stick around right till they throw the rag. So, sure. Yeah.
Yep. As you can see, Nala is trying to get to something on the shelf here. She clearly just wants.
She picking the winner there, or what? Who's up there?
She's picking Dale Earnhardt. So.
Well, there you go.
There we go.
But, shave a big 3 on her side there.
The guy says Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, and Briscoe, Denny Hamlin for the Daytona Road Course. Thank you so much, Nala, for stepping on my camera.
Yeah, where'd you go, bro?
I disappeared because he unplugged something. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Oh, there you go.
Nope, that's the wrong camera. It switched the camera. This is what we get, guys. This is what we get. A cat messing with my camera, and now I'm gonna have to plug it back in again because it's not working because she must have hit something. Move.
And this is the difference in technologies here, folks. If this happened to me, I'd just be saying goodbye for the night because I don't know what the hell to do.
Yes. Let me try
Shut it off. I don't. Yeah, like.
If not, I'll just have to switch to the other one.
Maybe it's just because it's cold. Just try the glow plugs again. I don't know.
We're good.
Just cycle the ignition again. I don't know.
Jesus. This is what I get for having my cat run all over the place. One of two, guys.
Any error codes coming back at you? Or?
Y'all rock and keep it up. Thank you, Michael. That's Michael Gandia. We can call a friend of the show. Thank you so much.
Nice.
The guy, if I missed it, Kyle Busch, Chase, Denny Truex for the road course. Michael Gandy again. It happens. LOL. I hope it's not a wreck fest. Yes, me too. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, getting a little tired of the Daytona wreck fest.
Aiden, it said should start within the next hour. Oh my God, we're going late tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you. This is the wife bought me a 2-for Monster Energy at Costco today. I might dip into those tonight. I'll tell you.
I've got my last iced tea, guys. I don't know if I'm going to make it if I don't have no more sugar around here. I got the whole healthy eating stuff that I'm supposed to be doing now. Yes, Michael, she's a bad kitty. She is all the time. She's an attention seeker. She loves being on camera. and doesn't mind running over my technology and causing problems. 40 people are tuning in right now. 40. Holy hell. Thank you guys so much. If you
Yeah.
subscribe to the channel, we also, guys, I forgot to mention, we're also on Facebook, Fanside on racecanada.world. We're also working on a website right now, trying to make things work as good as possible. If you haven't already, keep an eye peeled on our sets here. We've got a whole bunch of trinkets. I've got this one right here. Being up in Canada, it's not the easiest to get. Oh man, my camera skills need work. We got a panel off of Trevor Bain's Out Pet Care machine right there. We got some autographs for Dinger and Terry Labonte up there. Graydon's got, oh my God, he's got the Canada smorgasbord right there.
Yeah,
I don't know if we can see all that. We got Andrew Ranger. You've got first off, I just want to say that the Canada representation in Graydon's set is quite phenomenal. Cassandra, I'm on the West Coast. It's all good here, but cold in North Idaho, 18. Cassandra, do you want to know how cold it is right now in Canada, in Toronto? Let me just change channel here and see exactly what it is right now. Feels like negative 18. So you've got a plus 18. We've got a negative 18 right now.
Is she talking Fahrenheit though?
She's probably talking Fahrenheit. So it's probably a bit similar. Jaden, Duel 1 was too clean, and wouldn't be surprised if Duel 2 was like the Clash.
Yeah, you got that right.
Interesting, definitely, for sure. Matthew Hall gives us our Graydon signs. If you didn't know, shoot us our Graydon signs every so often, and we'll put them up for you. Rock on. So yeah, guys, within the hour, we should be back racing at Daytona. I hope TSN doesn't shit the bed here, because their coverage is supposed to be on, their coverage is supposed to be for the Australian Open right now, because the race was supposed to be over already. So right now, Celsius, yes, Ross Rendura says Celsius. Yeah, negative 18 Celsius right now. So it's a little bit different. My cats are fighting over there. Just like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the shit I have to deal with every single time I'm trying to record something, is these two monkeys over here trying to play with one another. Like, are you kidding, guys? Really? Hey,
see, there you go. You come for NASCAR and you can stay for the cat fight betting.
I mean, we can't
you didn't know. Bet you 40 people didn't know you were coming to a cat fight bet night, did you?
No. Yes. The guy, Harvick, Baba, Blaney, Keselowski for Duel 2. What does everybody else think for Duel number 2? We got Graydon's opinions. We got the family opinions. Mine, honestly, guys, it worked for me for the Clash. I am going for Kyle Busch.
Sticking with Shrubby.
Crucify me if you want to, but I'm going for Kyle Busch. Cassandra Keller, you guys do rock. We'll be tuning in. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
On. We're going to try actually to do something like that. Not so much for like a cash prize, but we want to do some sort of a league, for the year for Fanside. So if you were able to pick, it's just going to be winners though. We're going to have the Bun Family Cup and see if Graydon can finally take it home. We have,
don't bet on it.
The Fanside Fantasy League. You're gonna have to help me, Michael. I'm an old man now. I don't know what ATW means.
Easy. You're a pup still.
Well, I'm an old man now. I'm an old man.
You're not 30 yet. Come on.
Not even 30 yet.
I know. And I'm not even 40.
I just realized I'm wearing my wrestling stuff. I'm not even wearing my racing stuff for the show. Like,
I had to give my Gaunt brothers a shout out.
Bobby Roode, Toronto's own Bobby Roode shirt. But I've got my Byron gear on, also rooting for Chase and Noah to make it. So if you guys don't know, David Reagan is the higher qualifier. Gralla, Smithley, and Gregson, if I'm not mistaken, they all the way. Thank you so much, Michael. God, I'm so inept with those things. With knowing that thing, laps for MD on the screen once again, thanks to our boy Graydon Bunn right
Yeah,
there.
we'll
Um,
give a little plug there.
Little plug. You got their Castrol on there. Hint, hint. Scott Steckley on there. They're interviewing. Interesting enough, Noah is being interviewed right now, so I'm
Oh,
excited,
right on.
and I'm excited. He's coming from last, and I've not been a Noah Gregson fan, and I'm not a Noah Gregson fan, but he is exciting to watch. I will say it. He is fun to watch.
He's a show.
D guy. Kyle is my driver, but I think he'll look towards the bigger picture than the dual win. I could be wrong. Listen, you know what? I agree with you because you know what? Kyle has not won the Daytona 500 yet, and I think it's killing him that he's not won it yet. And you know what? I might just make my pick right here, Graydon. I might just do all 3 races. Kyle Busch is my pick.
Oh, crazy not to.
Jeremy, the race is the coverage is back on. The race has not started yet. So yeah, we do have the coverage on there right now. Graydon's going to be hanging around until we basically go green. We'll be
when you see me bolt off the camera, that's when it's going green.
Yes, he'll be there until we go green. I will be here, I think, through the entirety of the race. We might just do that, and if you guys want to hang along too, that'd be great. And we'll chat about this as the race goes along.
This is freaking awesome! I can't believe that.
The fact that we're holding steady at like 36, I could cry. Really, people, I could. Like, this is the most we've ever had. And
Fanside Live is like, I've been dreaming about this on my plowing runs lately of like the old speed trackside live.
Oh my God. Like, we'd love to do that, man.
We're sitting by the Pinty's trailer with our big desk set up and we have like the drivers coming chatting and all the fans out there with the signs and cheering on.
Coming to a racetrack near you, hopefully.
Oh man. That's the dream. Do her up Canadian style, right, people?
All right. We got more stuff in the chat that I need to catch up on. Brad Miller, team Laps for MD. Guys, again, I haven't mentioned him yet, but we did have Laps for MD. Check out and follow Laps for MD on social media. First off, I just want to say Brad is an amazing dude. What they do, Laps for MD, what they do for people with muscular dystrophy is just amazing. Follow them. If you guys know race teams, smaller race teams, it doesn't have to be big race teams, small teams, sign these guys up. If you
just $1
for
every lap you lead,
every lap that you lead, and it's going to go towards making a difference. Like it says right in there, 1 lap at a time to somebody with muscular dystrophy. They've had a fantastic program where they get people with muscular dystrophy to the races. They get them to be able to go to the races. It's such an amazing program. We are huge supporters of Laps for MD. So definitely, guys, if you don't, definitely donate. Joshua S., thank you for tuning in. And Carol Cross, thank you for tuning in. They are racing today. Yes, they're still in the process of drying the track, but they have everybody on the pits right now. So drivers are by their cars. It's just going to be like a momentary thing where they're just going to be like races back on. Jaden, NASCAR to Montreal. Hell yes. Needs to happen again.
Hey. Whoa, we're talking about that too. There you go.
There we go. There's the classic right there. The 07.
The inaugural.
Beautiful. One of the best tracks that NASCAR has ever been on. GG. Could Busch be the first to do all 3? I would not put it past him. Kyle Busch.
If there was ever one to do it.
He's done 3 in a row at certain racetracks. I think at Bristol it was. So he's not somebody to be disappointed with if he does do it. It is a feat that hasn't been done. Michael, are we going to have to get a rowdy pool this year? 50,000 to the one who beats him. 50 is a little high. I would like it to be 50 to go to a charity. Like, I don't know, Laps for MD would be great. But you know what? If they're going to do it, I think they do it in Xfinity. Because I think the Xfinity, now obviously it was Marcus Lemonis that did come up with it. But it was, I liked it. It was a good idea. The problem was it went to a Cup guy, right? So that didn't really help anybody out, unfortunately. The guy, once again, Joey is a good guy, does not race nice. Totally agree with that. Not a fan of Joey, never have been. Um,
Same.
it's just short track racing. Oh,
Oh, that Denny stock, that
Denny made me laugh
laying that wicked
so
burn on
much.
Joey. I'll tell you, Denny went from like my most hated to like not my most hated that day. I mean, Joey and Denny kind of swapped
Yeah.
officially, I think, that
if
day.
if anybody has watched hockey and seen Mike McDaniel make the Kevin
Yeah.
Bieksa face, holy crap, it was so similar to that. It was like the face. It was hilarious. Um, do you think Kyle? But Joshua, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate that. Carol Cross, keep up the streams, guys. I'll be watching more of your streams, but now I have to go to sleep because I have school tomorrow. Well, that sucks.
Well,
Um,
have a good one, and thanks
Carol,
for
thank you for
tuning
tuning
in.
in. Carol Cross, buddy. I say buddy, but I'm not sure. Whoever you are, thank you for tuning in. Subscribe. We will definitely be back all week long. Jaden, the Daytona Triple Crown is interesting. I think so. It hasn't been done. I think it'd be cool. Joshua S., do you think Kyle Busch
Yes,
will
the
win
Triple
Duel 2
Crown
or the
idea I think is
500?
freaking amazing.
M&M's, can we just remember, guys, M&M's was crap for years. They were so bad. They had no success with, well, Derek Cope and Jerry Nadeau and Ernie Irvin. Who I did have right there. I have you just off screen. Let me turn it this way. Right there, you'll see there's a 36 right there for Ernie Irvin's M&M's Pontiac. Definitely, guys, they were crap for years. And to see them get that success with Kyle Busch, well deserved for a longtime sponsor. But do I think he wins Duel 2 or he wins the 500? I would not put it past both, honestly.
Is he capable? Absolutely.
Absolutely. The problem that's been with him recently is he's gotten caught in the big wrecks. And in the 500 specifically, he wrecks out really early, it seems. So he has to do the Denny Hamlin. He has to fall to the back and he has to make his way back up. What do you think, Graydon?
It's just such luck. I mean, you as a sports team, you always have to make a game plan going into the game.
Yeah.
What you hope to accomplish, what you want to do, how you want to handle your competition. But I mean, it's so hard to. It's got to be so hard to stick to that in a super speedway race of all things. I mean, where things are moving like a mile a minute and you're making split second decisions, and you're supposed to try and run with a fellow insert OEM here.
Yeah.
It's got to be so friggin' hard to do that. And I mean, and you to be in the driver's head when all that's going on, as Mike Joy always puts, and I love how he says, when you're racing closer together than most people park. I mean, that's
Yeah.
absolutely true. I mean, and to be like, okay, well, I have a fellow Chevy beside me. I got to watch where he goes because I got to
Yeah.
follow him. Like you can't tell me that half the time that's not what causes wrecks, is because you're trying to pay attention to look out for the good of your fellow teammates and all that, and corporate teammates. And it's so hard.
We're getting so many questions, dude. This is so cool. I feel like a hot chick. I'm getting so much attention here. Or a hot guy.
Getting,
Just no,
yeah.
no disparaging here.
Are you giving out your phone number?
Well, all right. We'll start with Albert Seda. If I'm saying that right, I hope I am. I apologize if I am not pronounced. Tell me how to pronounce it in the chat if I am messing that up, Albert. Do you think Bubba Wallace will finish top 3 in Duel 2, Feller? Oh, I love it, Feller. Love it. It sounds like Sheamus from WWE.
Feller. I love Feller. That's a great word.
No.
Yes, he will.
I say no. I say no. You know why?
Yes.
You know why? Lack of I think there's not as many Toyotas in this second duel.
Oh, damn, that's a good point.
Right? There's Truex, there's Bush, and then there's Bubba.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Where else who else is going to help them? Right?
I'm going to say yes, just because I'm going to say that Bubba can use his skills and manipulate the other OEMs around him and
just
fight his way to the front.
If he wrecks, then all the racists are going to come out from under the ground again and pull up all that bullshit that they spew all the time.
Yeah.
And we don't need that. Jaden Baker, the Kyle Busch curse. It's a thing.
It is. It does seem to be a thing.
GG once again are giving us so many good questions. Thank you so much, GG. Who wrecks first swerves or spins? Swervez or Spinhouse? I don't think Suarez. Ricky. It's Ricky.
Recky Spinhouse.
Recky
Jr.?
Spinhouse, man. Recky Spinhouse.
They don't call him that for nothing.
They don't call him that for nothing.
At the same time, that I don't know, there's super speedway racers that they have the skill, and Ricky Stenhouse does have the skill.
He does.
Sometimes
he's a bit of an idiot, though.
Yeah, there's opposite ends of the scale. There's guys who have the strength of a super speedway racer, which Stenhouse does have it, but it never ends to his advantage. Yeah. He always ends up in a ball against the wall or in the infield. And then there's the other guys like the Dale Juniors and everything that it was their wheelhouse, and they would will their way to get to the front, and no matter what, they wouldn't be denied. Stenhouse is just the polar opposite. If anything will go wrong while he's battling, it will, and it'll be off his bumper for sure.
Michael, once again, what do you think? What do y'all think about the 43 driver this year? That's going to be awesome. Big Petty fan here as well. You know what?
Yes,
I think he'll do. I think he'll do really well. I really do. And I'm not saying that I didn't think Bubba did well for them. I think they did do very well. But Eric Jones was given up on. And I think this year is going to be a very telling year for he and Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez going out to lead a lap with that Trackhouse car right off the bat tells you something.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are pissed that they were let go.
Yeah.
They're not just going to sit by and let the season happen. Now, where they're going to fall short, and I think Graydon would probably agree on this, is the equipment. Mm-hmm. That's kind of been their downfall. What do you think?
Yeah. Bob? Yeah. I know you got questions coming in at your end, so I won't talk too long about this, but you nailed it exactly. If you want to call them, there's a growing group of redheaded stepchild discards, if you will, from the JGR pipeline. And I don't want to be one of those podcasts or quote unquote NASCAR fans that crap on the sport and stuff like that.
No, we're not about that.
But I openly do not care for the way that GGR seems to conduct their business. They do seem like sponsor pirates.
Absolutely.
I mean, you look at, I'm not a Logano fan, but I mean, they threw Logano into Stewart's team and expected him to perform.
Be as good as Stewart was.
Yeah. And many instances since where I feel like Suarez may have been like, we don't 100% maybe know as fans the complete story of Carl Edwards, but the end of the day, Suarez was thrown into a Cup ride as well. And I think he could have done with another couple of years in Xfinity before Cup.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
And Eric Jones is the same way. I mean, maybe he was Cup ready, but at the same time, listen, the King, Richard Petty, the sport wouldn't be what it is without the King. I have the utmost respect for Richard Petty Motorsports. I think Eric Jones is a hell of a good wheelman. I hope they do well. I hope Eric can show what he's made of and help elevate that team, put it on his back, and help the King maybe kind of restore a little bit of the prestige that's with his name. Because hey, I really like that team, and I think Eric Jones is a great driver.
Absolutely. So Josh, oh man, and the list keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Josh, what is your favorite driver? My driver actually is retired. Terry Labonte was my favorite driver. Right now, I think Graydon and I aren't so much favorites of we don't have a specific favorite.
No.
We're fans of racing in general.
DJ
So
Kennington.
DJ, yeah, we're Canada guys. We love our Canadian boys. And I'm a huge fan of women in racing.
Yeah.
I don't like women who make stupid comments and get themselves into trouble, like Miss Haley Deegan. But hopefully she'll smarten up. I'm a huge fan, actually, of Gracie Trotter. Huge fan of Brittany Zamora. Huge fan of Julia Landauer. Love seeing women in motorsports. Also, huge fan of Bubba Wallace. And my guy that I've actually been following, meaning I like his cars and I do kind of like him. Definitely is Kevin Harvick. He's kind of the guy for me. In terms of this conversation, I'm going to get Cassandra's all in one here. I love Daniel Suarez. Gibbs screwed him. Absolutely. Jones too. Yep, absolutely. Gibbs pissed me off the way that he's treated the young drivers. I don't know if it's a Gibbs thing or a Toyota thing, but it's wrong. If I was a young driver right now, I would not race for Gibbs. I think they're realizing that. And I think what's happened as well is Toyota did it themselves. Albert Seda, who is your lock for the top 3 in duel number 2? And he's also in love with Danica Patrick, weren't we all? And a lock for the top 3 in duel 2.
Too moody.
A lock for the top 3.
My wife's too chill.
Kyle Busch.
Blaney.
Blaney.
I'm going Blaney. I picked Blaney to win. He's got to be in the top 3 to win.
Matthew Hall, our good buddy. RPM needs sponsors. Those Bubba took most of and all of their funding with him. It's not so much that he took it. The sponsors chose to go with him, right? So DoorDash was his sponsor. Worldwide Technology did not leave, however, and that was an RPM sponsor. I believe they're the ones that are sticking around.
I think they're backers to RPM. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I believe they are, and I think there might be some surprises that we don't know about with Eric Jones. I think there might be.
I feel that way too.
I feel like there's hidden sponsorship that's there, and they just haven't released it.
And they may have some trickle-ins as well if they aren't fully funded, which is fine. Yes. But I mean, you got to pull for that little team. What's NASCAR without a 43 ride, right?
I, for the love of me, wanted them to team up with somebody a couple of years ago. I thought they'd be doing very well. Jaden Baker, popular opinion, don't put drivers in top tier teams when they just got in the Cup Series. Very interesting. That's a very, very good debate question. I love that.
Yeah, that could be an episode.
That's an episode right there, dude. That's a good one. Michael Gandhi. Yeah, Jones.
Stay in touch with us on that.
Absolutely, buddy. Subscribe, follow us on social media if you can. Brandon Beach, thank you for tuning in. That's a new name we didn't see on here before. Thank you so much. Michael Gandhi, Jones Wheelman. I don't think he's going to, I think it's going to be good for that organization. Totally agree. Joshua S., who is your top 10 pick for Duel 2? Meaning all people in the top 10. That's a pretty long list, but somebody who is guaranteed. You know what? Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is going to guarantee be in the top 10. What do you think, Graydon? Yeah, you agree?
Oh yeah, I won't discount Kurt Busch 1 second. If his last name's Busch, put him in.
Sneaky good, always.
Yep. Yeah.
Albert, yes, I agree. 2 picks in Kyle.
Watch and for those 40-year-old pluses.
Brandon Beach says Chase will win or Blaney. Maybe they'll try and do that redemption for what happened during the clash. I wouldn't be surprised if they do work together and actually try and and make it to the finish.
Different track.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Joshua S. just giving us all of these questions here. GG, once again, our good bud. GG, expectations for Larson this year. Not as big as everybody thought. Not as big as everybody thought. I think he'll do well, but I don't know if he's going to be as lights out as people expected him to be.
He's only as good as Hendrick is.
Yeah, and I could probably come back and completely be wrong. That's cool. But he needs to have a redemption year. That's just all that needs to happen. He needs to keep his mouth shut and just drive.
Yeah.
Because,
make everybody happy. That's all he needs to do.
Exactly.
Bring the car home in one piece or going for it.
Who downvoted us? We got to find that person. Who downvoted us? That person sucks. So if you find out who downvoted us, tell them they suck. Um, sorry, my arm here is just it's not working very well. The wonderful microphone that I have here is it's probably at its last legs, folks. I'll move it up a little closer here. The one problem when you get some of these mics, guys, I know I'm going to get a little loud here. The one problem is there's adhesive to help it stick to the surface. And after a while, if you're like me and you keep bumping into your microphone, the adhesive just wears off. So I'm kind of at that point right now. So I'm just going to have to keep adjusting this. But Cassandra says Jones will bring sponsors. I 100% agree on that.
I think so too.
Michael Gandy, Kurt Busch, good pick. Busch Brothers, tough competition. DeGuy, once again, look from Larson at Homestead. That's what we were discussing actually yesterday with Jason White. Larson and Tyler Reddick are going to be the guys to watch at Homestead. That's their track. Like between those two, that's who's going to win it, in my opinion. Michael Gandy's got a question, but we got to go back and get Joshua S. You have 3 picks each. Who will win the championship? Okay, well, it's not going to be Chase. I'm saying that right off the bat, and that might be an unpopular
championship
opinion.
hangover.
I'm going, and I hate to say this because I've said it for like every friggin' year. Kyle Busch,
yep,
Denny Hamlin. Oh no! Oh, now who?
First 2 are easy.
Yeah, those 2 are easy. Kevin Harvick.
Damn it.
I don't know who else. Is that your 3 picks?
That was like exactly my 3 friggin' picks.
The problem is that we're being obvious, and that's kind of the problem, right?
Yeah. That is the problem. Like when you're picking nowadays, the list is kind of shorter of people that
you can't be like Quinn Houff is going to win the championship this year.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen.
I'm going to put Brad Keselowski in there.
Nice.
He's been in that hunt before, and his teammate Logano for that matter.
Yeah.
As much as that guy's probably my most disliked guy in Cup, but
yep.
damn it, he's good. Logano is a good driver.
Yeah.
And
it's true.
I want to put Hamlin in there too, because he was on my first, but like at the same time, maybe Hamlin is this era's Mark Martin, where he's just doomed to never, ever get the big prize.
It might be that way.
So maybe I'll throw for the third guy. Let's throw a young guy in there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Bowman will rise up with the 48 and get an 8th for the 48.
I'm going to take a quick break. I got to take a washroom break. So, because I've been at this since 9:30. So, Graydon, you keep talking because I want you to.
I'll hold down the fort, bud.
You'll hold down the fort for me, okay? But people, keep talking. We will get to your questions. We will get to your comments, okay? Mikey Trips, Kyle Busch, I get it. Thank you, Graydon.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I can't see Cam. As I said, he runs. He's the brains of this operation. Honestly, I just sit at this end and do what I'm doing right now, drink beer and blab. But I think going back to one of the questions of who you're going to pull for this year, as Cam said, Dale Jr. was always my guy. I still pull for him, even though he just like holds a microphone in the boot or has one strapped to his lapel or whatever. I'm a Junior fan. I went through when Junior hung it up. I moved to the 78, not necessarily because of Truex, but it helped that he was in Junior's kind of pipeline with Chance 2 and back-to-back Busch champion and that sort of thing. But it was because of Cole Pearn, a fellow Canadian, Nascar alum. A Canadian boy getting to the ranks that he did in NASCAR and then to claim a championship was a big thing for me. And now this year, I feel like I can really get behind Chase Briscoe. He's my guy, I think. I'm never going to pull for somebody like I did for Dale Jr., but Chase Briscoe is a very genuine guy. And I will be the first to tell you, like, I love the symbolism when he gets out, when he wins and he gets out and prays beside the car. It shows kind of his moral fiber. Myself, I'm not a religious guy. but at the same time, for him, for what that means to him, and it speaks to me that way, I feel like that's kind of a cool thing. And he seems like a very humble guy. And even just in terms of interaction, when I every time that I've tagged him or tried to interact with him on social media, he has. And I know I'm pretty sure as his stardom rises, that'll probably change because he gets busier and whatnot. But I appreciate that as a race fan, and I think as race fans in general, we all appreciate that interaction that we get with our guy. And even if it's not our driver, even if it's someone that you don't necessarily pull for, but you just say, hey, what, you're doing a great job, or hey, I don't like you or whatever, but they turn back and say thanks for being here or F you or whatever. It's the interaction, right? That's what makes us fans. And motorsport fans are probably the most devoted and loyal motorsport or sports fans in terms of fandom. And NASCAR motorsports that are so dependent on brands, um, it's up to the fan base to keep those guys employed, which it's a cycle, right? So if we're buying what they're essentially selling, it's keeping them employed. So we're an integral part to motorsports. And with all this COVID bullshit, Canada's having a hard time. We couldn't get to our tracks, and that's not just bad for the series that want to have us in the stands. It's the tracks that need the revenue. And I hope this year, excuse me, that the tracks are able to open up in some capacity to the fans, just purely for the revenue reasons, because not unique to racing, and not unique to Canada, 2021 small businesses are going to continue to feel the effects of this damn plague. And it's got to be up to the consumers to carry through these companies that are having a hard time, and racetracks, especially in Canada, where our seasons are so short. Summer in Canada is just 10 weeks of bad snowmobiling, really. So we really have to get out there while the opportunity is there. And I hope the government see that they get the message that our short tracks, road courses, need even at least 30% in the stands and on the grounds, just to pay the bills and keep these places around for fans for years to come.
What I miss?
Mostly just me rambling and doing a little song and dance to stall the crowd.
NSR Nick Racing says, hello there from the Midwest. I thought you were Midwestern at first. That's all great in there. that's our good old country.
I guess that's my
boy.
Muskoka.
Like
you said, my Muskoka drawl.
I love it. It's my favorite thing is to listen to him. I really wish I could talk like that. Guys, Cassandra, we will be covering trucks and Xfinity. Two of our favorites. Graydon, though, they are getting strapped in the cars right now.
Are they?
Yeah, we may be ready in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Because they haven't hit the track yet. Ross, thank you so much. Great channel, gents. That means so much.
Thank you, Ross.
That's so cool, man. Appreciate that. We're fans for you guys. We're fans to have fans. That's why we're called Fanside. We love to talk about racing. We love talking about racing and hearing people's opinions. And there's honestly, no disrespect. Listen, if you don't like a certain driver, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to not like a certain driver. You're not allowed, if I'm like,
that's what makes it fun.
That's what makes it fun.
As long as we don't get rowdy about it.
See, Albert Seda. I love Denny Hamlin. Cool.
So
I
does my
don't, but
wife.
I'm glad that you do. Clayton Nelson, thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate that. Jaden, they are about to race now. Almost. On our channel, it's still not there. We're hopefully going to get there. They are going back racing. Kenneth Terry, thank you for tuning in, buddy. Cassandra, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. So great. Really? Oh, thank you so much. Guys, we are going to be here throughout
Oh
the
man.
race, though. Okay, I will be here. We'll see if Graydon's going to be able to make it into the chat just to type stuff out for y'all. We'll have to see, though. Graydon, if you can, that's awesome. If not, don't worry about it. Graydon will be, if he still has any energy, we'll be here after the race.
Oh man, I'm so close to 100 hours on this paycheck already.
Kenneth Terry,
And
thank
it's
you
not
so
snowing
much.
anymore.
Kenneth, thank you so much, buddy. That means so much. Michael, thank you so much. We'll see you after the race. Guys, we're going racing. This is awesome.
All right.
We're so exciting. Mikey Trips, I'm sorry for missing your comments earlier saying who has the most sportsmanship. Kyle Busch. Yeah, he's not the most sportsman of guy. He deserves what happened to him last year. I'd say, yeah, he probably does. He does deserve to miss out on races. If I hope that's what you're referring to. Cassandra, the Briscoe, that Briscoe was one kind of a guy. I love the guy so much. Michael, I'll pull for Jeffrey Earnhardt when he gets to Cup. I'm not sure if that's going to happen again. Hopefully it will, but I think he's kind of exhausted his opportunities.
I'm pretty sure he's pretty far down the waiting list for a Cup ride, boys.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
He gives us Mikey Trips gives us the whatever this is supposed to be. I can't remember.
Hang loose.
Hang loose is that
That's
what it
Hawaiian,
is?
brother.
We got
Mahalo.
that, and then we got to shoot our grade and rock-ons.
I do like the hang loose though. I'm a Hawaiian Canadian. I love it. I got Hawaii right here.
We actually don't add in people on our Zoom calls yet, Josh. Hopefully we will. Mikey's brand new to NASCAR. Well, dude, welcome.
Oh.
If you haven't experienced it enough, check out our channel, bud. We've got NASCAR Pinty Series guys on here. If you don't know anything about the NASCAR Pinty
welcome.
Series, it is Canada, and dude, you're among friends.
Yes.
We want to see more people in NASCAR. More, it doesn't matter your orientation, doesn't matter your political views, doesn't matter anything, but really your race, gender doesn't matter. We want you as a part of our family.
Yes.
Everybody is welcome here, man.
Welcome to the fan side fold, dude.
No room for haters. Kenneth Terry loves your big 8 in the back. Classic Dale Jr. That's right, Jaden. Yeah. We racing boys. That's right. We are racing. They are tuned to the booth right now. Start your engines has happened, Graydon. So why don't you get up?
I'm gonna fly upstairs.
You gotta fly up there. Graydon, guys.
I'll try and jump back on the chat.
He'll try and be on the chat with us. So we'll check out for him, guys. Super Bowl, 3-time Super Bowl champ Skins. What is your favorite driver? Graydon, we'll let you head up there.
Yeah, I'll try and jump back on here after the race, and we'll do some more live chatting here.
Sounds great.
All right,
buddy.
we'll talk to y'all soon.
Okay.
For everybody that's tuning in, as I said, I'll try and jump on the chat, but thanks again for tuning in, everybody. This means a ton. This is great.
Absolutely
thank you.
Amazing, guys. We're not going anywhere.
Talk to you in a bit.
All right. Thank you, Graydon. We're not going anywhere, guys. I will stay here with you guys. The race is going. Larry Mack doing what he's meant to do. My favorite driver, 3X Super Bowl champ. Yes, Joshua, the race is back on right now. Okay. They're not, they haven't left the pits and started the pace laps, but they are in the cars now. Graydon, guys, is going to be back. Make sure you guys follow him at Smooth Operator on Twitter. Please, if you can, subscribe to the channel. We are here all week long, so we'll be here tomorrow for the truck race. We'll be here for the Xfinity and ARCA on Saturday, and then we'll be here for a preview and review show for the NASCAR Daytona 500. Okay, so thank you guys all for tuning in. We're not going away, and I don't want to jinx it, but I see rain on the camera in front of the pace car. So I hope that was delayed, and I hope that wasn't what's actually going on right now. So that's going to suck if that's actually true. For me, Terry Labonte was my favorite driver, 3X Super Bowl. And that was just because he was the first driver when I was a young kid. The Kellogg's car was cool. and Terry Labonte had a mustache. My dad had a mustache. They were cool. And right up here, actually, you might not be able to see it. Up there is actually a AJ Allmendinger and a Terry Labonte autograph, and that it means the world to me to have that. So at some point as well, guys on the channel, we'll definitely go over my collection up here in Canada, and if the race hopefully is able to go on. I saw rain. Check Twitter. Okay. I don't know what that means. Aha. So guys, coming on right now is going to be one of our, he's going to co-host for a bit. Be his first experience being on the channel. He doesn't really know much about it right now, but from the chat to the channel, Matthew Hall is going to step in and be on camera for a bit. Graydon is going to be hopefully be able to catch the race while the race is on here. Yeah. So Mikey, listen, that's exactly what COVID did, is it brought people into watching NASCAR. Jeremy, yes, the race is on right now. Hopefully we'll be able to actually get the actual racing to happen. 3X Super Troll Champ, how about just call you Skins? Skins, I just like the Joe Gibbs Racing drivers. Cool. That's awesome. You're allowed to like whoever you want. And I'll say right now, dude, those Stanley DeWalt cars are friggin' beautiful. One of the coolest deals to see is those paint schemes, man. So coming on to the show, guys, is a longtime fan of our show. And he's actually stepping in. Graydon, I didn't replace you, okay? He's coming on to the show right now for his first appearance, but a long time fan. I can't see him right now. I don't know if he's there. Matthew Hall is going to be on the program. Don't see him yet. There he is. There's Matthew.
What's up?
Matthew Hall is on the show, guys. Graydon, I did not replace you with Matthew. I didn't replace you with the younger host, I promise. But Matthew, it is racing, okay?
Yeah.
And you can't wait to catch another. Dude, thank you so much, GG. That means everything. We're on tomorrow. Check us out for the truck race. Duel 2, Matthew. What are we thinking?
Well, I don't know. The first one's pretty tame, according to the broadcasters. So let's see what's maybe this one's gonna be a wild one.
Who you got, buddy?
Well, I'm wearing my
the
Byron,
chat, buddy.
I'm wearing my Byron gear right now, and of course I've also got Chase and I've got Noah as well. So hopefully one of those three.
Yes, Graydon, it is the Matt Hall on the show right now, his first appearance. The idea, guys, behind Fansite is that we will get fans to actually be part of the show. So definitely, guys, tune in. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough, though, Matt. Noah's got to come from the back. He's had no qualifying, but he's not past wrecking some people, I think, to make his way up there.
No, he's very aggressive.
Yeah, very, very aggressive. And I don't think he really cares.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he really cares if he bumps somebody out.
No.
It'll be interesting. Kaz, I've got, I mean, I'm cool with Kaz. I like Graydon, shut up, dude. In the chat telling us how awesome we are.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, God. You're making me blush. Just stop it, stop it. Kenneth Terry, dude, thank you so much. We're glad you found us as well, man. This is coming out for us. GG, same with you, buddy. Dude, Jaden, oh my God. You mean you're going to start watching our streams constantly? We don't stream every day normally, but Matthew is one of our, I call him our super fan. He's really our first fan. And Matthew,
pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Matthew is, he's the Byron fan here, but he's not the only one. We've got,
well, actually, let me make that clear. I'm actually a Chase fan first.
Oh,
and Byron. I'm mostly a Byron fan just because of that guy back there.
It's Gordon. I thought it was Byron for a second.
No,
Gordon. Is that a Fatheads?
That is.
Yeah, it's a Fatheads, eh?
Yeah.
How do you donate? I have no idea. Albert. I don't even know how to do that. But thank you. I don't know. I don't think you can do that yet, Albert, because we don't have enough people. But thank you, Jaden. You're going to watch the dual race. That's okay. Awesome. Thank you, Jaden, for tuning in. Definitely come on back, bud. And we'll be here after the race as well. Okay. Mikey Tripp says it's going to be Chase. Matt, what do you think about that?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Brandon O'Connell, Michael. Hey, go Harvick wins 2021 champion. Okay. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Yeah,
actually,
definitely.
Harvick was my pick last year before he, had his problems. They're late.
Well, I was hurt. Okay. As a Harvick, like I'm not a quote fan. I would say it was desperation, but it's exactly what NASCAR wanted. That's what they wanted. They wanted a dump and run. That's what they wanted. That's the whole reason they set it up, and for Martinsville to be the last race, man. That's exactly it. But
I mean, Martinsville works for that cutoff race.
Yeah, I mean, and it's good. I get it.
Yeah.
Like I totally get choosing that, but we'll see, man. I love that 23. I think it looks so nice on track, especially under the lights.
It does.
But
I'm still trying to grow on that Byron scheme, that Exalta scheme that Byron's going on tonight. I'm trying to let it grow on me, but because I like the flames. Like I wish they would have kept the flames for at least this year, and then maybe change it when the next gen car comes out.
It does give me though the old Rainbow Warrior vibe.
A little bit. It gives me a little bit as well.
Instead of it being horizontal, horizontal. It's vertical.
Yeah.
Actually, our good buddy and logo creator Davin Cornelius, if you don't know him, Drive Through Designs, he created a amazing William Byron scheme, which I actually think would have looked better.
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Yeah, I'm not actually
take a look at it.
Yeah, and I'm not actually opposed to it. Like it's not horrible. I think their Liberty University one looks awful, and I know that there's flames on it, but it just I don't know. I'm not a fan of first off Liberty University and all they do, not fans of that. But in terms of the cars, they just haven't done it for me. I don't know if it's the number. I feel like it's the number, Matt.
It's either the number, like it's like something to do with color scheme. It just doesn't match. It doesn't work.
And it especially so like the 24 they had with the red behind it, and it just didn't look.
Yeah, that was.
It doesn't match.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Doesn't work.
That's weird. It. Like I do. I get that they're doing it that way, but they needed to come up with something better. And with guys like Lefty, with Davin, with Pentala, Ryan Pastana, there's so many great designers that create amazing schemes. They're the ones that need to be getting those opportunities, man. Like JTG Doherty's schemes are awful this year. I don't know who the hell created that NOS paint scheme with Kroger. It is god awful. Skins, my two top drivers I got money on is Chase Elliott and Austin Dillon. I think Austin could surprise us as well. He did definitely surprise me last year winning at Texas, but what do you think about Austin Dillon there, Matt?
It's just been sort of like a so-so this whole career. So he's like most people know the story why he got that number. So
and why he's been there still, I think we could definitely like, I don't know, bud. To me, I always found that Ty he just came across as more humble and more likable. And Austin, I don't know, man. He just kind of, to me, came across like kind of a bit of a full of himself, I guess would be the best word. But Maddie, we are going to go green here. Ross, thank you for tuning in, bud. Take care. So we got David Reagan, Kaz Grala, Garrett Smith, Noah Gregson. Who is making this?
Well, we know Reagan's in.
Yep.
It's obviously a toss-up probably between Grala and Gregson. I don't think Smith will have the speed, but
no,
he could prove me wrong.
Unless they wreck, right?
Exactly.
And I don't know. I don't know if Dylan would be, because who's does it go back to speed if all three of them don't make, you know what I mean? Like, is it just based off of who finishes here, right?
I'm not totally sure myself, to be honest.
Yeah, it's constant. I
Like,
mean, that's what I'm saying. It should be so straightforward. It should just be like, whoever's the first in this race makes it. But
yeah, so it's like what I think it should be like. We had Priest locked in to the last race. It's like should have kept him as a charter car. You got Reagan in this race. It's like then it should be the next guy behind him. Like makes it way more simple. So the top next open guy here. So it's Growler or whatever. This race, he's the first guy behind, Reagan. Then he should be in. So
you'd think it would be that simple, right? And it just for whatever reason it isn't. We are going green, folks. 37 people tuning in right now. We are gonna go green. Bubba Wallace on the front row with William Byron. A running commentary you're probably going to get from me because this has been my lifelong dream to do commentary for a NASCAR race. Green flag in the air, guys. So. Yeah, exactly. I got the race just in the background. It's perfect, man. It's perfect. So I can say for one thing, that 24 though does look really nice under the lights. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
During the day. During the day, I don't think it's going to look as nice. Mm-hmm. Will Bubba do something stupid and try and get up into the lead before everybody else? Possible.
Right now he's falling in behind the 24. So
yeah, and again, we have to remember. Oh, here he comes!
Oh.
Here he comes! Yeah, get out there, Bubba! Lead that lap. That's right. All righty, take DoorDash. Oh, here comes Byron. He's going to get him. He's going to don't do something stupid.
What a block. Holy jeez.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy.
And he leads the lap.
That was oh, boy. We didn't want that first thing. Okay, so Wallace has led a lap, guys. I can breathe now. Everybody that's been freaking out in the chat, not in our chat, in other chats, go Bush for Joshua S.
Here goes Byron again.
And here comes Byron to the inside. Which Bush are you referring to, Joshua S? Are you talking Kyle or Kurt? Reagan right behind Wallace. Reagan is sneaky good. He's sneaky good.
Well, here comes Kyle on the outside.
I can already say that this one started off a lot better than the last one. We're going 3 wide already. Byron, Dillon on the inside, Harvick, Elliott, Bush, and I believe it's Blaney on the inside. On the outside, it's going to be so weird to say, Maddie, with Byron, or it's not with Byron, with Bush and Wallace working together because they're Toyotas.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun to watch. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we're 3 laps in and Derek Cope is still within the field, so we're okay. He's not doing as bad as some of the other guys did in the first one. So a lot of people making jokes about Derek Cope, but listen, the guy's been doing this for so long. It's his last race. We'll give it to him. Man, a lot of blue and white cars this time around.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Mikey. Yeah. But I don't know about Patreon, Mikey. I don't know anything about it. So you'd probably have to help me out as I'm a complete noob with Patreon. But thank you guys so much. 1,000 subs we're quite a ways from that right now, but you guys, you keep spreading the word and keep coming, and we're going to have content. So don't you worry. Unfortunately though, Mikey, it doesn't look like Maddie. I'm going back and forth here between you guys. It doesn't look like we're going to have as good of a start if they're going to go single file here, because I don't want to see another parade.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And that looks like what they're going to do. I mean, it's just...
Noah's in the transfer spot now, so...
And he didn't take long to get there.
Nope.
So, and Reagan, but also Reagan's falling.
Reagan's only back to 20th.
So we don't have that. I think, again, it's like one of those things, man. We can't figure this out until they pit.
Yeah.
So once the pit stops happen, then we'll kind of be okay. But Corey LaJoy moving up, I like that.
You see Graydon's boy there, Briscoe, up in 7th.
That's both of our boys. That's our guy. Yeah, Graydon and you know what? It's really because of Darlington last year.
Was that run with Bush there?
Yeah, and the road course at Indy. That was a phenomenal race.
Yeah, it was.
Graydon.
Whoa, geez, look at Noah there at the top lane.
Gregson's loose.
Right in front of Bubba.
Yeah, and he's coming. If they get really good power, he's coming to the front, man. But those, man, I hate that they do this manufacturer bullshit. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Sparking a little bit there.
They are trying to wreck. Absolutely trying to wreck. And there it went. My arm has finally failed here. There it went. There it goes. It's done. It died. Well, I'll just mute for a second.
Need some F's in chat there.
I need some Gorilla Glue. That's what I need.
There you go. Noah's hung out to dry now on the top lane. He's going backwards.
And who is that we see right now? It is Garrett Smithley in the 13. Holy crap, I didn't think I'd see that. Yeah, Garrett Smithley in that lead pack. Good for him. Where did he end up, though? Is he still on the high side? Yeah, he is. Good for him, though. Smithley's second now. He's got Gralla ahead of him, so...
But yeah, Gralla's in 10th at the moment, or down to 11th.
I'm not a fan of this single... don't put it in your hair. Yeah. Mikey, the funniest thing about that, Mikey, was that she wanted to sue them afterwards. I'm like, but why would you? I understand like that certain, you have to, some people use hair glue, but come on. You don't use that type of adhesive on your hair. Come on. Now we got to get a Gorilla Glue car. That would be kind of fun. But
there you go.
Yeah. Bubba and Chase. I like this. I like Chase Briscoe and Bubba Wallace together. That's a good combination.
Oh, I think Bubba's trying to get down the bottom lane. Oh, maybe not.
No, he's got no choice. He's got to stay up there. Oh, no, he's got no choice. He's got momentum on that high side, man.
Is that Brad now behind him?
This one's, Brad's behind Bubba. And I remember Brad has actually caused some big wrecks with his pushing with him being pushed. So as long as they don't wreck in this race, Gregson going by Smithley.
No, yeah. That's a tight
wide,
move.
Sparking like crazy. Oh, Bubba making
and now they're going to leave Briscoe out to dry.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. I think everyone's going to go by Briscoe.
Yeah, he's high pointing it right out of here. That's what he's doing. Oh, dear. Oh, well, like he'll fight his way back. It's not a problem for him.
Yeah, it's still early.
Yeah, we're only like 9 laps in. Guys, let us know in the chat what you're thinking so far. Definitely better than what we saw on the first one. We're actually seeing people attempt to be side by side. I really hope that we'll get this at the 500. I do see a moisture on the camera. Yeah, that's not what we want. That's 17, actually. That Fastenal paint scheme looks pretty nice under the lights.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I think I like the paint scheme they had last year, but that's just me.
Definitely better than it was. I mean, the Fastenal paint schemes haven't been good since Bobby Hamilton Sr. drove the silver Fastenal truck in like 2008, I want to say maybe.
Something like that.
We're going to commercial. So, folks,
side by side for TSN.
Side by side for TSN right now. Don't know what you guys are thinking so far. We got the Pinty's commercial that I'm pretty sure I have memorized every single time because it reminds me all the time about chicken wings. But they're the NASCAR Pinty's sponsor, so we obviously want to plug them. Definitely. So what do people think so far in the chat? If you are paying attention to us, I'm liking it so far. Kurt Busch's Monster Energy paint scheme is the best. Yeah, I mean, I'm not real crazy on the Monster Energy paint schemes myself. I think that
his gear wrench schemes looks pretty good.
Gear wrench is nice. You know which one I absolutely hate that they didn't change is Joey Logano's. That paint scheme has been the same paint scheme since Allmendinger started with that.
Yeah, I think even before that was like Kurt Busch. Like in
yeah, you're right. Yeah, Kurt Busch even. So they haven't changed that paint scheme at all. It's so
10 years
overdue, man. I hate it. So boring. It was like when Hamlin never changed his paint scheme either. Oh, that sucks. So right now, guys, the field is still pretty good side by side. Bubba and Ryan Blaney working together, so that should be interesting to watch. Going to the high side
Oh,
looks
here
like
comes
Harvick.
Kevin. Yeah.
Is it Kevin? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Kevin.
All right, here comes Kevin. Kevin Ryan. See, this is nice because we've got Fords, you
Side
got
by side for
Toyotas.
second.
Yeah, there they go, and they're going, guys. They're taking
Oh,
taking the lead. They've got some speed. LaJoy on that outside. Still not crazy with how big the Risers logo is, but I'll tell you, having contingency sponsors and associate sponsors on the front of the car looks so much better than having
they
no
look quite
sponsor.
bare last year.
Yeah, they're too bare. Yeah, Josh, Bubba's hanging in there, man. He is doing good right now.
I don't know. Can't tell who's leading at the moment. So I know Byron's not.
No.
He just got passed.
No, I think Wallace.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin.
Wallace is gonna. He's gonna. No, he's not gonna settle for that. There he goes. There he goes. Bubba's not sitting back, guys. Joshua, Kyle just needs some speed. Kyle Busch has learned to be patient, and I really think that's what he's going to do. Is he's going to show up towards the end. So we're back here for that silver. Oh, God, you know what, Matt? In terms of winning a gold medal for paint schemes, Busch beer, always beautiful.
Yeah, they've been very creative.
Yeah, very, very nice. And you know what? Actually, I'll throw that mane and tail Starcom scheme this year is very nice as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The only thing that drives me crazy about the 23 is the slanting. I think most people would agree on that.
I think the number on the 23 is just a tiny bit too low for where I think it probably could be move up maybe about half an inch or something.
I almost wonder if it was in white, if it would look better. Like it would pop a bit more.
Possibly.
Because I like the dark red for the DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
I just overall, I think the scheme is very nice. It's very clean because it's basic. And I think I'm one of those people I love, this is one of my favorite paint schemes of all time. And it's just yellow. That's it. Skins is saying it's raining. That's not what I want to hear. Maybe his feet is a little bit fat. He saw rain. Yeah, I saw rain too, but they're probably going to try and let it go as quick as possible, or as long as possible before having to pull the plug again, because they don't want to run this race tomorrow.
No.
There was, if you didn't see it, there was rain. Yeah, there is rain on the camera. It's just a little bit right now, though. It just looks like it's misting.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll pull them in for that yet. There's a car that's going to be lapped, though. I'm not sure who that is. I don't know who's out in front.
I'm not sure. Couldn't really see.
Because Smithley is still in the lead pack, and so is McLeod, so it's not them. And Gase is in the lead pack, actually.
And the top lane's starting to form. The bottom's trying, but
it's our boy Derek Hope. No, he's going a lap down. Bubba to the lead. Hell yeah, Bubba. That's right. Mikey Trips, yeah, man. Bubba's making moves. He ain't sitting back, man. Listen, this is his opportunity to show Michael Jordan that he made the right choice, right? And the fact that he's doing it with really no real help from Toyota back there. He's got no Toyota. He's got Chevys pushing him right now.
Yeah.
So he's
got Byron. He's got Austin Dillon, Chase Elliott, and Kurt Busch behind him.
So he's got the fast cars. Cesar Deniz, if you are in Canada, it's on TSN 4 right now. Okay.
In the States, it's on FS1.
On the States, it's in FS1, as Matthew Hall has just told us. It was off because of a rain delay. Okay. Jeremy says channel 37. Not for me, it's not.
Yeah, for me, it's 1403.
It's 497 for me.
Now, are you watching high def or standard?
Oh, high def, baby, high def.
Yeah, I've got high def as well. So
yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got to do, man. That's what we got to do. NASCAR, we don't mess around with
no.
SD, buddy. Oh,
yikes! What a move. Oh. Bubba's now in the soccer hole.
Yes, Maddie, we've got a request from Graydon to stick around after the race if you can.
I can try.
You can try.
I'll see. I know my mom's probably going to be going to bed soon. My dad's already in bed, so I can't be too loud, but I can try to be a little quiet.
Yeah, my cats have decided they're going to bed, so I'm good now.
There you go.
I'm good. Jaden is using Hulu, and skins for him it's 219. Interesting. I want to
Yeah,
hear
well,
what
I'm on Bell right now, so
I'm on Rogers, so that would make sense.
okay, that will make sense.
If you guys aren't from Canada, where are you watching from? We'd love to hear that. Because that'd be really cool to see who's in the audience and where you're from. I know one guy is in there from Bracebridge, Ontario. So
I'm out here in the boonies of the Ottawa Valley.
Ottawa Valley. You mean you're a Senators guy? Always got to throw that out there. He's a Sens guy. You got to throw that out. He's got there we go.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's not. Oh no, he's not. You know what? I'm glad you guys went back to the old logo. Honestly, huge fan of that logo.
I'll be honest. I like the last logo we just had, but
yeah. Do you like the O ones or do you like the one that actually has the?
I like the Roman one. Yeah, the 3D Roman one.
Minnesota, Virginia, Washington, California. Hell yeah, Southern California. You are all friends. You are friends. You are honorary Canadians tonight. Honorary Canadians. I am here in Scarborough, Ontario, close to Toronto, basically in the GTA, but I'm not one of those Toronto guys. They're gross. You don't have to worry about me. I'm a Pickering guy at heart. And so thank you guys for tuning in. Mikey Trips is on the Xbox app on Fox Sports. Interesting. Laps from D, Brad Miller in Oshawa, Ontario. So we got the Schwa in the house. Schwa in the house. Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure SoCal. Hell yeah, Malachi. Cool. You guys, I hope you guys are all staying safe down there. Obviously it's a shitty situation the past couple years, but listen, we're bringing each other together with racing, and that's all we could ask for, right? Is to have racing. We're losing a couple people in the chat. That's cool though, because the race is on. Somebody says R.I.P. Bubba, so I'm wondering if something happened. And of course, we're not.
Hope not.
Of course, we're in commercial.
Yeah.
So anytime something happens, we're always in commercial. Mikey Trips, Trailer Park Boys is one of my favorite shows out in Rep Canada. Of course you do, bud. Trailer Park Boys is so Canadian. So Canadian. Listen, we're all about our Canadian racing up here. We know mostly cover. You can ask Maddie, man. We're all about the NASCAR Penny Series. We're hoping to get out to a race. I've
only been to one race, but I want to go to more.
Oh hell yeah! You're close enough that you probably just go straight over to Quebec and go to those races, right?
Actually, no, I haven't done that. No,
not yet. But there's going to be a lot, so hopefully we'll be there. Oh, Bubba went down 14 spots. Okay, yeah, that's cool. He'll fight back, I think. But listen, that's going to be learning experiences because he's going to have to work with a whole different crew of people. He used to be with Chevy, right? So he's got Toyotas. He's got less help out there now. So we'll have to see though. So there's going to be races at Chaudière, 2 races. And then there's obviously going to be GP3R. I think me and Graydon, we're going to try and get out there if we're allowed to. So we can probably make, you know what? Actually, I want to point that out too. Brad Miller in the chat just said that the 4 on Harvick's door looks too far back. I think you're right. I noticed that it looks a little pushed over. So I don't know if it was a 14 originally, like you're asking, but Graydon says he's going to 8 or 9 if we're allowed. I'm hoping to do the same. Hopefully both CTMP, Jukasa, Oshweken, the Quebec races and Sunset. So that's pretty much all of them except for Flamborough.
So I bet you're real glad that dirt race is back on the schedule, huh?
Oh my God, dude. I would do anything to go and see that dirt race. The only problem for me is I think is on like a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's weird.
I live in the GTA, so that's 4 hours away for me to get to. So it's a little tough. It's a little tough. How is Ryan? How is Brian Blaney looking right now? I don't know. We're on commercial right now, Albert. I'll get that to you in just a second.
I mean, CTMP, I think it's like 4.5 hours from me. So
yeah, exactly. For you, it's only worth it if you're camping, right?
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, when I went down in 2018, we stayed in a hotel, I think about 20 minutes away from the track.
oh yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, okay.
For that weekend, but
I'm glad we are chatting, but because they're doing the single file crap again. I'm probably until they pit. So let's see. Byron is in the lead right now. I don't know what they're showing a replay of. What happened? Oh, Chase got a little bit frisky with the 3.
Whoa, Jesus!
That was it. Yeah.
Up and then tried to jump down and left out to dry.
Yeah. Interesting.
And now we're right around the top.
I'm wondering what your opinion's been so far of Clint Bowyer.
Oh, Bowyer! Oh, this season's going to be a lot of fun with him.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, it's cool, man. I think what we're going to do too, actually, guys, is we're going to keep our eyes peeled for what did they call it? Bowyer-isms in the
something like about that. Yeah, it's weird.
But they're kind of forcing a little much of Bowyer so far. I still think Jeff Gordon. I know he's your boy, but I think he's as dull as a rock in there. Boyer's going to bring him out of his shell. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, I'm honestly, I'll be full biased here. I want to keep Jeff in the booth. So
yeah,
he's like I said, he's my guy. So
yeah, he's your guy. For me, if Terry Labonte was in the booth, he'd be dull as rocks too. So it's kind of the same situation, right? Yeah. But I really think that Jeff and Daryl did not work very well together.
Yeah.
I think Bowyer and him much better, but they have to stop. They have to stop forcing it. Just let it be natural.
Yeah, I mean, you saw how they worked with the iRacing there last year. That was just
perfect stuff.
Yeah,
perfect stuff. And Bowyer has raced this car.
Yeah,
right. Daryl hadn't driven these cars since whatever it was, 2000, right? So, it's a little bit different. You know.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. Definitely okay. But
yeah, I
yeah,
gotta be a little quieter now. So,
sure, not a problem. Not a problem at all. You might turn me down just a little bit. I'm a little loud. So
I got my headphones on there.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. So Jaden watching on Hulu right now. Curious, Jaden, on Hulu, do they have the Fox call, or is it just the track? Interesting. I didn't think about that before. I didn't even know that NASCAR was on Hulu. Yeah, Brad, the dirt track for the Penny Series will be amazing. That's for damn sure. Sounds like there's still a lot of names very interested in being in that race. So right now, guys, they're doing the crank it up. Nothing's happening. It's single file, boring BS like normal on these tracks. So, yeah, live TV Hulu. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't have Hulu here, so still a bit of learning. One of these things, Matt, that I really think that NASCAR could benefit from is a streaming service for themselves. Not with Fox, not with NBC, but like what WWE has, what WWE had. Sorry, they don't have it anymore.
Basically, what Speed Channel used to be for us.
Exactly. And just make everything racing. But then you could do everything NASCAR for it. Having practice qualifying, original programming, old races, originals like the Wheel and Modifieds, Pinties, have it all available on there. You can watch any race broadcast, dating back to whenever they have it, like that would be huge for the sport, I think. And when they got rid of Speed Channel, it really hurt the product, and it still has hurt to this day. I mean, I was able to watch ASA, ARCA, Hooters Pro Cup, all these classic stuff, kart, IndyCar, because of that channel. So,
I mean, now we've got Fox Sports Racing, and it's. I mean, they show the trucks, they show some of the practice, but it's a shell of its former self.
And they still show
at this point.
They still show the commercials from Speed Channel from 2008. If I have to hear about "Are you faster than a redneck" anymore, I will lose my friggin' mind. I have to actually. I have to most of the time for the truck races now. I pause it so that I can wait And so I can fast forward through the commercials because it's so annoying. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow for it. But we're side by side, 30 laps to go. We're halfway home. Much better in terms of quality. They've paired back up again. We're side by side. Austin Dillon leading the outside. I want to say that 3-car actually has a better scheme this year than it did last year. I think it looks much
I don't know. I kind of like last year's scheme, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm cool with changes, and Jesus, Bubba almost got into him right there. I'm cool with paint scheme changes. Some of them, like I said, are misses. But some would be like, I feel like Ryan Blaney, they could do something real hot with that Menards paint scheme. It's kind of boring. Because Menards does the same paint scheme for everything. Thank you, Brad. Yeah, the commercials are brutal. I understand that. Oh, what was that? What's that stupid reality show that they always show a commercial for? It's like the south, one's West Coast, one's East Coast, and they have 48 hours. They got to turn the clock back.
Oh yeah. It's
my God.
Oh, yeah, it's like Car Warriors show. Yeah.
Car Warriors. Oh my God, that's an awful commercial. It's the same one every friggin'. So I'm kind of like, I wish they could just invest some true, money into it. Hell, make it Rev TV Canada and just have live racing on it as well. If you guys don't also already, check out GeForce TV. They do great stuff for NASCAR racing, NASCAR Pinty's coverage. They do mostly though APC late models coverage, and they will be on there once again this year with live broadcast from the racetrack. Is Dylan?
Dylan goes Austin Dillon. Here goes Kevin on the outside.
But Kevin, I like it. 3 and 4 on the front. Somebody in this chat earlier had said Austin Dillon would be their pick, and he's looking pretty good right now. And I picked Kyle Busch, and Kyle is just sitting around in 7th place, just kind of hanging out. But I think David Reagan is just chilling. Yeah. I think that might be Garrett Smithley up ahead of everybody. No, it's not. It's actually BJ McLeod. And BJ McLeod,
it's the NASCAR Heat car.
The NASCAR Heat with Rusty Walrus on it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Derek Cope is a couple laps down now. McLeod's going to go a lap down, trying to get out of the way. BJ's apparently a really awesome dude. And if you meet him, like, he's genuine, although he did cut the most fantastic hair in all of racing this past off season. So I'm very disappointed in him for doing that. But yeah, dude, this is going to get crazy when they come into pit. I'm afraid that we're going to see some contact.
They're probably going to pit here within the next couple laps.
Yeah, I would imagine. I think it was like 32, wasn't it? When they with 32 laps or something like that. In the first 22, maybe it was to go. What do we say? I did. Not sure what that means. Yeah. So thank you for the 27 people that are still hanging out. Appreciate it, guys. God, I really want this to be a good finish. I don't want a bunch of wrecked race cars. Nobody wants that. Oh no, I jinxed it.
Briscoe, Alfredo,
Gralla, oh no, Gralla is in it. Gralla and Smithley. Gralla and Smithley.
Wow.
Oh shit. I literally just said no wrecked race cars, guy. Aren't you listening to me? Jesus.
Briscoe, man.
No,
jeez.
Briscoe. Oh, Alfredo. Fast pasta. Damn. Well, it doesn't look like really bad damage, though.
Yeah, it just looks
like just a bunch of people, fat tires, and I don't think Briscoe's is really hurt either. I think he's just got some minor damage. And yeah, Gralla is fine too, actually.
Gralla's got rear end.
Oh, he's got right rear. Yeah, you can see it there. What happened? I didn't even see that.
Let's take a look here.
Okay, so is it going to start with Busch and Briscoe? It looks like. Oh,
yeah, Briscoe just lost it.
He did just lose it. Did he lose maybe he lost a tire?
And Gralla spun to avoid him.
Alfredo spun to avoid him. Wow, nice save, Corey LaJoy. Holy crap.
Ooh, jeez.
And Smithley just spun to, he just spun to avoid, so he's good. Okay, everybody will make it out of this. Yeah. That's good then. I just got to make sure I don't say that again because clearly it's a jinx. Well, the high point guard got pointed in the right direction. He's going back again. Jesus. Now that damage actually that you mentioned Growla having, now looking at it, it may affect it because I think he may have caught
tilted back a bit.
I think he caught the spoiler too.
Yeah,
that's not much right there. Ugh. That wheel to wheel contact is not that bad. But definitely if you take a look at the rear of the 16, that's not good.
That's a lot.
That's not good. He might be out.
I think that
that might be it for him. I don't know if he's pulled off yet, but damn. And Smithley stuck it out. So if something happens to Gregson,
I know there's Growler there on pit road right now.
Oh boy. Well, they're not focusing on the rear right now, so maybe they've already dealt with it. Maybe it's all good. So here we go, guys. Pit stop, and they're not going to do green flag pit stops now. So that whole kind of storyline goes out the window. Okay. Now we saw in this is going to be very different actually from that first one because Hamlin, remember, he ran out of fuel on the last lap. That's not going to happen here. So everybody is good to the end. So this very well could be a complete shit show at the end. Very much everybody's good to the end.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus, Kevin.
He almost looped it there.
Blaney wins the race off.
Dylan too.
Didn't take any tires.
Interesting. I wonder if tires.
Both Blaney.
I wonder if the tires are going to. Yeah, I don't know if tires are going to make a huge difference though.
We'll see.
So Harvick, Byron, Dylan, Truex, Wallace,
Bubba.
Yeah. So that's your top 5. And then time to talk about Leland Fasteners. Okay, folks, 26 people still watching. Let us hear it. Let us hear in the chat who is going to come out and win this after what you've seen so far. Jeremy Granger, I just knew they were going to wreck. They was probably not going to make it. Yeah, they probably wasn't. And I almost feel now that we've seen one, we might not see the end. I think there might be another. And man,
my 3 are still in it. So
yeah, my pick is he's still being very quiet. We got a good buddy coming right back in here, Mr. Graydon Bunn, reconnecting. Are you running down every time we get commercials? Is that what's going to happen? Can't see you though, so
there he is.
You're not going to be watching the race?
I've been watching it, but it's starting to get late, and I got to take the boys to school. So I figured I'll jump back on because by the time this thing winds down, I'm going to be done for.
You'll hear the live commentary and from us, and then
you guys got to carry my ass through this.
Well, dude, yeah, man, you've. So if you guys don't know, Graydon is the war hero here. He works. He's a war hero here. He's working.
Snow.
Yeah, but you're out on working crazy hours, man. So yeah, we're kind of lucky that Graydon's been able to join us today. We wouldn't even know, but right now we've got Wallace, Harvick, or Byron to win. Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney. Hard to tell right now, Mikey says. He could be biased, but he says Chase. Well, that doesn't help us at all because no one agreed with each other. So, I still got Kyle Busch as my pick. I think we still got Byron for Matt. And what was your pick again there, Graydon?
I took Blaney.
And you took Blaney as well.
Okay,
so somebody's going to come out of here victorious or at least closer than everybody else.
Let's go, Briscoe.
Well, you missed.
That ship has sailed.
I didn't miss it. I saw it.
Did you miss as I said? Just no wreck race cars, and then they wrecked off a 2. Just as I said it, like
shit.
Yeah, shit is right.
Man.
But don't worry, bud. We're losing people viewing right now. I think people are getting really tired.
It's all right. I mean, this night has been
It's been insane, dude.
It's been pretty awesome, eh, bud? I mean,
yeah, we had like
Matt,
33 people going strong. We had our moderator, our chat moderator, Matthew Hall in there, which eventually, if I get to a point if we eventually get to a point to moderate you and have you actually moderate the chat, we got that position for you as our super fans. So Joshua good. S says Bush is going to win. Josh, you keep saying Bush, but you're being sneaky. You're not telling me which Bush you think is going to win.
Yeah, that's a loaded statement.
That's a loaded statement there, buddy. You're playing with fire, eh? Gregson, Smithley, and Reagan. Okay, this is crazy. If Garrett Smithley makes it in, that's probably the biggest underdog story of this entire speed week.
We got to have a good one
in the first race.
Yep.
That's true.
We got to have a good Cinderella story. I mean, not necessarily one that wins, but somebody like a.
Well, we almost had it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right.
Our Canadian hearts were broken.
Yeah, no doubt. John and Marty, man, they've put so much into that Cup Series effort over the years
with very limited help.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. If we get DJ back sometime in the future, maybe he can kind of talk about a little bit how the whole Daytona 500 experience came together in a nutshell for him. Because, man, for those who are listening, you will not believe the story.
Oh, it's a good one.
How that came together. It's as good as watching a race. You'll sit on the edge of your seat listening to DJ talk about it. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty awesome. Where are we at, Cam?
Right now, Albert Ryan is in first place. Ryan Blaney is currently in there. Josh says Kyle is the one who is going to win. Mikey, wild card is Bubba or Brad. Easily both are great picks. I just hope that Bubba doesn't do something stupid to win a dual race.
Yeah, don't go over your head.
Don't do that. You don't have to prove yourself all in the first race of the season for yourself.
It's not even the 500. You're not even the first 500 miles yet. You're in the negative range
we've
yet.
Seen
Just
that.
wait till you get to 0 to start.
We've seen it from Bubba before, man, where
That's right.
He tries to do it all right away. Mikey likes Keselowski, good driver. I do too. A lot of people didn't like him at start. I've always kind of been a fan of Kez.
I've always loved Brad.
I think it was because it was a junior guy, and that's why I liked him right away.
Yeah.
He's in the 88. Back to green here. 20 laps to go.
Yep.
20. So the battle to make it in, Gregson currently is in the race. If he stays if he stays ahead of Reagan, he will be in the race. So it's all coming down to my God.
That was
Jesus.
That could have been bad.
Almost Byron and Truex got together great, and that was almost a wreck.
I need a damn TV down here.
I wish I could semi-broadcast on here, but I don't have that ability to do so.
I'm gonna have to bring out some other devices here if we're gonna keep doing this regularly, because this is.
I don't know if we're gonna.
Not that your coverage is excellent, boys. I'm a big fan.
You're a big fan? How long have you been listening to the show?
Since around October. So
October, right?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
I go way back.
Started around October there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I go way back.
I'm telling you, boys, Kevin Harvick is he's gonna win this. Harvick is beating the hell out of Blaney's bumper right now. And
yeah, about that.
Garrett Smithley is in the lead to make it in the race.
Holy shit.
Blaney almost crossed over in front of Byron, and that would have wrecked everybody. Block didn't work. Byron now back into the lead. Who was it that picked Byron today? I think that was Mr. Owen. Was it Owen that picked Byron, and Matthew Hall picked him?
I have to go back in my notes here. Who do we have?
Comes Austin and Bubba.
Owen took the 9.
Oh, Owen took Chase.
Yeah,
okay.
None of us took Byron for this,
except for Matthew Hall.
Yeah, Riley took the 23, Owen the 9, Jessica 19, and me with the 12.
So Dylan is now going back for the lead. Dylan's been strong in this. Dylan could be
Oh,
the
man,
underdog
that's another
story here.
guy. As much whether you love him or not,
Oh,
he is pretty well versed.
somebody was sparking something fierce. I think that was Busher. Smithley is in ninth. Smithley is in ninth, guys. Holy crap.
There's good
He's in
stories to
eighth
bring.
now.
Keep digging, kid.
Holy crap, dude. That's an underdog story if there ever was one.
Hell yes.
Wow. Dude, they are so close to wrecking right now. Like they're going to do it. They're going to wreck. I can just see it. Somebody's going to do something stupid. And there's still 17 to go, guys.
Yeah, like
still 17. They were going crazy with one to go in the first duel. These guys aren't waiting around. They're tired. They've been waiting around. Oh, Jesus.
my God. Jesus, Bubba.
Christ. I don't know about you, Maddie, but these cars look a lot less stable than they did earlier in the race.
Yeah, it's wild.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
That's got to be that level of angst building up though too. Like
oh yeah,
the second duel, it's all just kind of coming to the culmination here now.
Bubba is pushing the hell out of Dylan right now. He's making it exciting though. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Kez on the outside. Kez going for the lead with Kurt Busch. Who did we talk about? A sleeper pick was Kurt Busch.
Hell yes.
Oh, Kez losing it now. He doesn't have close enough connection there. Man, this shit could get real crazy, guys. Jeremy Granger, I can feel it. They're going to wreck. My heart is racing. Dude, I feel it. They're getting swirly and they're getting pushy and they're still 15, right?
Yeah.
And I
they're
hate
starting
that.
To
there.
Jesus.
There goes Smithley backwards.
Gregson now going to pass him on the outside, on the inside, because on the outside goes Busch and Elliott and Chastain. Here comes Reagan to join them. There goes Gregson, barely by Smithley's still holding on though. He's still trying.
He's trying to side draft Gregson.
Smithley's doing really good, man. Oh, he's getting by. Wow. He did it.
Jeez,
wow. Man. That 13 is strong, dude. Now pull the inside, kid. There you go. There you go. Good move. Good move. Garrett Smithley, man. Jesus. I thought Kyle Busch said this guy didn't belong on the Cup track. Didn't he say that? Didn't he say he had to win a race first?
Yeah.
Had to win a late model race?
Heat of the moment.
Here we go. So Byron, Dylan, Bubba, Blaney.
Blaney's.
Blaney can't
figure out which Blaney
they're backing up. They're backing up, Graydon. They're coming. They're going to make a run.
I got the leaderboard up here right now. I don't see it, but I can see the leaderboard.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
That was close.
Jesus, Smithley almost spun it. He almost lost it off of 4, man. Norman Tiznoob, if you are in Canada, TSN 4 has it. Apparently Hulu has it as well. The Xbox app has Fox Sports as well. You can also check Reddit for the Mosport and Motorsports stream subreddit. If you're in the US, it's on FS1 right now. It could also have been moved to FS2 depending on the rain delay. I'm not sure. So Norman Tiznoob, that's where you can check for the race. Okay. Depending on where you're at, channel 026 if you're on Rogers within the GTA, or 497 for TSN 4. Okay, on Rogers. Bell, Maddie, which channel is it for you?
1403.
1403
on Bell. Yes.
Holy crap! You have 1,000 channels. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
Yeah,
that's
I'm pretty sure nobody has Lakeland digital TV.
No, don't think about that. Bubba is coming out of the draft, guys.
Channel 406, if anyone cares.
Bubba has been shifted out of the draft. He's going to the back. Kyle Busch made the move around him. So Bubba's falling to the back. Truex is now going to go up in front of that high side. 12 laps to go. Gregson over Smithley right now. This is going to be the best battle on the track. It is phenomenal racing right now, seeing those two. MBM Motorsports could take down Beard Motorsports. I am pulling, though, for Beard Motorsports because of all that happened for them this year. Not so much because of Gregson, but because
for Mike Beard.
For Mike Beard, man. That would be it. But for Carl Long, this would be huge to get his little team in the 500.
For
Especially
sure.
because Timmy Hill did not make the 500. So when he did last year. So this would be 2 years in a row that an MBM car will have raced its way in. So we're coming down. They're going to be 10 laps to go this time around. We've got a very solid inside line. Byron leading. He's got Dylan behind him with sneaky Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott on the inside, Chase Briscoe right behind him on the outside, Truex and Busch. The Reddit one, it's Motorsport and Motorsport Streams, I believe it is. Let me just check here. Sorry, Motorsport and Motor Racing Streams, reddit.com/r/motorsports streams, one word. Okay. You check that out. That should have some streams available for you. Okay. Hopefully they're all up and working for you. Normally there's somebody on Twitch that would do it. Bush is going back.
Kyle Busch backwards.
These guys are not messing with. I told you, man. We were talking about this earlier. Toyotas aren't going to have the help. There's way more Chevys.
Yeah, you nailed that, man.
And they threw back Bubba. Now they threw back Kyle Busch. Now the only one up there is Truex, and it's going to be literally Chevy and Ford is all who's going to win this. I think.
That's where Toyota they get it in the tailpipe just on lack of numbers.
Truex is fighting back on that outside, dude. He's coming back.
Yeah,
he's coming back. He's getting some pole though. I mean, the Fords are so strong, and they
Fords
seem to be. Oh yeah. Jesus!
The Fords, that Roush
Josh
8
S.
horsepower.
Is saying no because Kyle Busch got shifted back. Listen though, Josh, if they do something stupid up in the front, he can be right up there. Listen, Garrett.
That outside lane's coming right now.
Yeah, the high side
Truex,
is flying.
Kevin Keselowski.
Keselowski's now hooked up with Kevin Harvick.
Here comes Blaney.
They're pushing Truex to the lead, and they're gonna do. You know what they're gonna do? They push Truex up to the lead, and then they're gonna all shoot by him, stick him at the back. That's what's going to happen.
Byron's trying to side draft back.
That 24, man. You said 24 as a pick. He's looking real strong right now. Keselowski pushing Harvick, pushing Truex. They're gonna push Truex. I'm telling you, man, right out of the lead. And Bubba's fighting back.
You don't want to be leading right now.
No, and especially not on that last lap, dude.
Shit, no.
No way.
Coming to the stripe,
I'm telling you, man, they're gonna
on back.
Truex is gonna be. He's gonna be dumped. Like they're gonna just ditch
duck,
him,
man.
Yeah, they're gonna ditch him. I mean, Bubba though has lined up with Kyle Busch, and they're behind Blaney in that high side. So something happens up front, they can still get there. High side does have the momentum, I think, Matt, right
Chastain
now.
got loose. Chastain got loose.
Yeah, he almost got him. And Byron off of 4 there, a little bit loose in the tri-oval. They got in the lap car of, I think it's Derek Cope again, and he better get out of the way because,
here goes Kevin.
Told you, here comes Harvick. Harvick diving to the inside.
Trying to side draft back, though.
He's not going to make it, though. Oh, it's Briscoe that was the lap down. Here they come. Harvick's now on the inside line.
Oh, I'm on Harvick's onboard now.
Are you?
There we go.
Harvick on the inside line. Byron behind him. Truex now on that high side. Oh boy. Matt, they are trying to wreck. They are
every little knee-jerk reaction, man.
Dude. They're swirly, but they're not as swirly as they were that one weekend. The one Speed Weeks we came up there and like Chase wrecked and Junior wrecked, just like spinning randomly.
Yeah. What was that, like 16, 17?
I want to say it was like 16. Yeah, 16. That was the Denny Truex highlight finish, I think. So
yeah, that was 16.
Smithley is in it right now, guys. Now Gregson goes by.
That
Truex,
bottom lane's falling out.
Pushing the hell out of Harvick, guys. He is. Now they've kind of split everything up into single file.
Oh yeah, they're starting to get to the top.
Okay, so Normantic Noob Geo 872 on Twitch has the race. It looks like laps to go right now.
Blaney in the bottom.
6 Normans, 6 laps to go. Here we go. Ford's on the inside. Toyota. Oh no! Look what happened. They split everybody up, and the Toyotas all together. How did they do that? How the heck did they get that? They split the whole field up, and the Toyotas are all in the lead, and the Fords are all together on the inside.
You got the 3 Fords at the bottom along with Byron.
But there's nobody else. There's no other Fords there.
Yeah.
We got to watch it. Dylan has that line of Chevys behind him. Bubba is there, guys. Kyle's staying high. He's trying to
Tracks and
protect
Bubba
them.
going low.
Kyle's looking like he's trying to be the blocker. The teamwork is phenomenal right now, guys.
Mhm.
Really, really good stuff. I think the Fords need help, though. They need people to get up there. Oh, Smithley, no!
Oh,
Gregson's out. Gregson's
and
out, and
Smithley.
so is
Oh,
Smithley. They're both crashed.
Jesus. And
Byron's
there too.
crashed.
Chastain.
Keselowski's crashed.
Shit.
Oh, and that was an experience. He did not need to make that move. That was dumb. That was dumb. He did not need to squeeze in there. Gregson's guys, he's not making it, guys. Gregson, I don't think he can now, right? Because I don't think he was the fastest. He didn't set a qualifying time. So unfortunately, guys, where our heart continues, dude, Byron's car he's going to a backup. He's not
starting on front.
Wait a minute.
They're not fixing it.
Wait a minute. Does that mean Bubba and Larson would be on the front row now? Because Bowman's engine and Byron wrecked? I think so.
If they got to go to backups,
It's whoever finishes this race. Whoever wins this race will start.
Gregson is done, guys. He's done. He's not making the car's done. Kez is going to a backup car. That car is done. Smithley might get back out there. It's going to be a tall task for Smithley. I mean, I don't know, Maddie. That car doesn't look too busted, but this was a dumb move. But Smithley got a good run.
Yeah, he tried to go 3 wide.
He tried to go 3 wide, but what happened was, if you check, Gregson came down to the left a little bit. Keselowski came up a little bit, but unfortunately, Smithley did not back out of it, and he wrecked 4 or 5 cars, unfortunately. See it again. So if you look, Maddie, oh no, he makes contact with Kez first. Okay. So it was, what do you guys think in the chat? Was that a racing deal, or was that a rookie mistake?
I mean,
and that just took out Gregson.
Like Brad came up a bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I
think
think
Smithy trying to get
if we went back to that other angle, the other angle they had, Graydon, was, and Graydon's obviously going to rewatch and see it, but so yeah, Kez comes up into him. Oof. From that angle, it looked like it. And does Corey get any damage? He missed another.
Corey LaJoie missed it.
Jesus. So, okay. Now we've got 6 wrecked race cars. We've got 2 people not making the race. What do you think, Maddie? What do you think, Graydon? Are we seeing another wreck? Oh, why you just got to show Brendan?
Man, when you tend to have these late race restarts when there's a lot of taking and no
giving. Dude. They showed Brendan gone, man. Oh, my heart broke because they just showed Brendan losing his mind.
Oh, yeah?
And Gregson's out of the car. He's done.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well. Now, I still have 2 drivers for Sunday.
Smithley is still out there. He can still do it. Damn. I guess you could probably try and bring your iPad up there and broadcast from upstairs, could you not?
Yeah, I can, except for
too loud.
Yeah. Or I'll be too loud.
You'll be too excited.
I'll get hell for it, so I got to stay in the basement.
Oh, I've already gotten it twice already.
Shut up!
Because my parents' bedroom is really just outside my door here, so.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I got the sleeping kids, and they got to. Yeah. Well, I got to take them to school, so we all got to get up in 6 hours.
I'm supposed to go grocery shopping first thing because I actually have a day off tomorrow, and I'm gonna go to No Frills, but I got to go first in the morning. I'm not looking forward to going out in the freezing cold. But Neil Myers, thank you for participating into the chat. He says Smithy runs out of talent once again. Unfortunately, it looks to me like it was a rookie mistake.
an experience. I mean, I didn't see it, but it sure, like, I didn't have to see it by the sound of it.
No,
I mean,
it was rookie. It was rookie mistake. And Jeremy, yeah, I knew they would wreck again. You're right. They did.
It's a product of this friggin' racing.
Jaden is 10, by the way. Thank you for tuning in, Jaden. Bubba blocks, Kyle spins him, and Harvick wins.
We got a 10-year-old watching?
We got a 10-year-old watching right now. 12:17 a.m.
What time zone are you in there, son? Get to bed.
Neil Myers.
No, actually, never mind. Watch NASCAR. Don't get to bed.
No, who needs school? Come on. Who needs school? It's NASCAR we're talking about.
My kids are in bed. What kind of father am I?
Not_Wim says hi. How you doing? Not Wim. Hope you're enjoying the race. Neil Myers screwed the 62. It would have been a fantastic race between the two of them. They were back and forth the entire race long. It hurts to see that, especially for Beard Motorsports. They've been so close for so many years and normally are a very good competitor in the 500 with Brendan.
Tiny little team.
I don't think they only have.
I mean, yes, they have, like, it's oil money.
I think it's only one employee though, isn't it? And it's the crew chief.
Yes, like, I mean, just because it has, like, the Beard family is aligned with oil doesn't make them, like, gazillionaires. I mean, they're a tiny little team trying to compete with these big dogs. So, I mean, that hurts. I mean, it was nice to see Brendan give those guys a good run, or at least give them some good TV time and stuff. So, I mean, it's not something you want to see.
Norman Tiz Noob, depends where you are. You want to buy an Alex Bowman 88 season 2018 diecast, you know where to find it. It depends which location you're in. There's a lot of Facebook groups that are buy and sell groups. You can also find those on Reddit as well. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend eBay only because of the excessive costs that you can get from buying it there. And then, of course, you can always look on the NASCAR.com website. They tend to have those type of deals for fire sales and stuff. It depends also if you're looking for a 124 or 164. All depends. Not Wim. Who do you think will win? Skins said, come on, Austin Dillon. And you know what? Austin looks really good. I'm still going to hold out with Kyle Busch. Are you still going with Blaney, Graydon? I'm
riding with Blaney right to the end.
All right, Matty, your guy is out. So who are you going with right now?
Oh, I've got slapped as Chase. So
Chase. All right. So he's going to go with Chase. Let's see. Skins, like I said, we got Kyle Busch with Joshua S. So Josh is on my team right now. Skins, it's got Austin Dillon. Neil Myers says he thinks the Fords have a great shot. The Fords have been phenomenal here tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Jaden is Western U.S. time. Okay, that makes sense why he's still up right now.
Right on. That's all right. I'm sorry, kid. I don't mean to crap on you there. I just a father figure. You know what I mean? Neil Myers, split up the Toyotas and we're good from here. We're a responsible show here.
If they can do it, yeah, we're responsible here. We're drinking on air and everything, right?
Not anymore. I'm done.
Well, you're done for now, right?
And the two of us on here don't drink, so.
Pedro Arguelles, Chase gonna win. Maybe. I think so. Napa up front. He's in 7th right now. He doesn't have a lot in terms of help. Because he's lost Byron, is his kind of wingman. He's lost Chastain, who was also a Chevy, and Gregson, who was a Chevy. So it might be a little tough, but definitely he has a chance. Brad Keselowski from Not Win. I hope I said your last name right, Pedro. Jaden says Wallace and Truex going to win. Again, they're up front, so they definitely have a shot. And Joshua S. says he thinks Kyle Busch is going to win. That's who I'm picking. You're going to have to help me out, Neil. What does OP stand for? Does the 23 seem OP? No idea what that means. I'm still new to this. Overpowered?
Yeah.
No. It's Toyota. That's always been the case. We can say that whatever race. We're going back to green here, folks.
Yep. Here we go.
Here we go. He's delivering food. Whoa there. Thank you. That's a good comment. I like that. Laps for MD's got Harvick. That's a good one. Yeah. He's got to deliver. He's going to deliver food after the race. So Those Toyotas guys, they're the ones that are together first saying the Ford's got to get moving. Thank you, Neil, for overpowered explanation. Again, still new to this. Dylan in fourth right now. He's got Chase is getting kind of out to lunch. There's 2 to go, guys. They've got to make a decision here if they want to catch the Toyotas.
It's go time now.
Kyle Busch is going to block, and he's going to block like mad here for the Toyota teams.
That'll be the widest Toyota camera.
He's doing it, guys. He's blocking. He's blocking for them. Bubba's looking like he wants to make a move. Chase is side by side with Briscoe. Bubba looking high. Truex is there. Dylan is going to make a move, I think, too. Dylan and Harvick are together. Busch looking to the inside of Wallace. Here comes Dylan to the outside. Dylan, he's got a shot, guys. He's on the outside of Bubba Wallace with Kevin Harvick there. It is all up to Truex here, but that second pack is going to catch really quickly. Final lap, out of two. Here we go. Here comes Kyle Busch. Busch is going to push Wallace. Dylan on the outside. Truex can't block him. Cope in the way. Here comes Bubba into the lead. Here he goes. Come on, Bubba. Out of 4, buddy. Out of 4. Dylan's not going to get there. Dylan is going to get there. He's going to go the high side. Bubba blocks him. Here comes Dylan back to the inside. Dylan is going to get him. Austin Dillon hits him.
Contact.
Austin Dillon wins it.
Oh, wow.
That's a good finish. A nice, clean finish, boys. Good one. Excellent finish. Bubba, you did a great job. And who picked Skins? Skins wins it right here, right now. He picked Austin Dillon to win it. RCR in fine form to start it. Bubba Wallace finishes in second place. Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Corey LaJoy, and David Reagan.
I think Cascarella got the transfer spot.
Yeah, because David Reagan makes it as the first competitor to the line that was on the open cars. He makes it and I believe he takes Kaz Gralla with him into the race because I believe Gralla was faster than Ty Dillon. So the guy's going home.
If I can jump in here.
Let's do it.
Riley swept the duels, picked both winners.
Really? Oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
My young fella picked the Duel 1 winner in Almirola. And
he did, also, you're right.
Yeah, and he said that, my God, look at this. See? What did I do? I created monsters, and I can't compete.
Guys, what a great finish. Fantastic finish here. And Kevin Harvick, Skins, that's cool. Wow. You don't have to like Bubba Wallace. That's cool.
Oh, geez, that contact.
Yeah, that's right cool. Yeah, you don't have to like him.
Bubba did that there.
Yeah, he tried to get him. He tried whatever he could, but he wasn't going to get there. Dylan had the momentum.
Yeah, what else would you got to try?
And Harvick was the pusher there, and Harvick's got fast, man. Harvick was fast. Busch, I mean, he was close. I got close there. Listen, guys, this is what people wanted to see from Bubba Wallace. Austin Dillon, he gets it. I was very critical of Austin on Monday with Noah Cornelius on the show. Basically, we're saying like we didn't think he would do very well, but Kaz Gralla, guys, Cowlick Racing is in the 500. They did it. David Reagan is in the 500.
Attaboy, Kaz.
Ryan Preece is in the 500. Unfortunately, Ty Dillon doesn't make it. Austin Cindric will take Verizon in. Ty Dillon, Garrett Smithley, Timmy Hill, Noah Gregson are not in the 500.
Heart goes out to John and Marty Gaunt, man.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough for the Beard team. It's tough for the Gaunts. Austin Dillon, man, if this is going to be a breakout year for RCR with Reddick and Dillon, this would be the year to do it. AMF, how about that number 3? This was a win that I'm proud to see, the 3, because he didn't rack anybody to do it. He lined him up and he passed him clean. Bubba couldn't do anything about it. He tried, but he couldn't get there. I can tell he's disappointed, but he's also, you can tell he's got he's got his serious face on. He's excited. He's happy. listen, this is what you want, guys. We want to see more competitive racing. Kenneth Terry, welcome back, buddy. How about that number 3? She got right back into victory lane. Great move by Austin. Again, I'm not even an Austin Dillon fan, but I am willing to state, and I think we all are, that move was, Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, that was a wild move. That was a good
He
move.
didn't wreck anybody, and that's pretty cool, man. Yeah, he blocked Kyle Busch. He knew who he had to block. You had to split up. Whoever it was in the comments, I think it may have been Skins, that said, you got to block the Toyotas, man. Yeah, that's what they had to do because the Toyotas all got together. And at the end of the day, it was Kevin Harvick who pushed a Chevy into victory lane.
Kevin pushed his old ride. Remember, Kevin used to drive that car when it was the 29.
Yes, that's right. It was the 29. Yeah. And how is Jaden? How for a 10-year-old meeting Austin Dillon? I mean, I'm a little jealous being so much older than you, not being able to meet him, guy. But let me know, how was Austin meeting him? Was he a tool or was he a cool dude? We've met race car drivers before. We've actually met a lot, but on the front row, Byron and Bowman right now, it would actually be Eric Almirola and Austin Dillon on the front row, Bell and Wallace on row 2.
So you'll probably see the outside lane go up because Byron will probably have to get a backup car. So it'll be Bowman and Dillon on the front row.
That's a good one. 24 and number 3 on the, or 48 and 3 on the front.
48 and 3, yeah.
So 7-time champions on the front row. That's pretty cool. I think, Kenneth, it is. I'm not sure. They didn't say that they had to change the engine on the 48 yet. So if they can fix it, he will stay on the front row. But if they don't, Neil, we're actually doing it every single day this week for Speed Weeks. Or Speed Week. We're doing tomorrow. We'll be back for the truck race after the truck race. Hopefully that finishes on time and doesn't get rained out.
Hey, if you guys want me to join tomorrow as well, I can.
Yeah, we've got our Canadian boys in that race. A couple of them, Raphael. We've got Stewie Friesen, and we've also got Jason White in that race, who was on with us yesterday. So we'll be on talking with them. ARCA on Saturday. I'm not sure if Graydon's going to be there for. Are you going to be there for ARCA, Graydon, in the afternoon, or are you going to be there for Xfinity?
I'm not sure on Saturday at this point. Okay. But yeah, Sunday, 100%.
Yeah, 500. We're working on a preview and a review show. So guys, definitely, if you can, check us out. I
will absolutely be here if I can. This hectic work schedule. I mean, and yeah, the wife's she's a veterinary technician, and with all this COVID stuff, they've had to put back surgeries and stuff. So our time together lately has been fairly scarce. So we may take Saturday just to chill and do our own thing, but I'll be back on Sunday. Absolutely.
Yeah. So one of the things that I would probably want to do is switch the stream to our actual post-race stream. Because right now we're still on our rain delay stream, guys. So Matt, are you going to be sticking around, or are you done for the night?
I can probably stick around for a tiny bit longer.
Okay. What about you, buddy? Graydon?
Yeah, I can hang for a little bit. I think we'll go to school tomorrow, so
I think we'll go to 1
be much longer.
We'll go to 1 o'clock and we'll wrap it up.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, but guys, we're gonna actually switch to a new stream, so just head into the Fanside channel, okay, and we'll put the post race chat up very shortly. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. We are still coming back, so just stay tuned. Maddie and Graydon, I'm going to send you guys a new link. Okay. And we'll get that started real soon. Okay, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. If you can't subscribe to the channel, follow all 3 of us at CamK Racing and at Fanside RCW. Graydon, what's your social media?
At Smooth Operator with the 88s in it. You'll find it.
And Maddie H?
At M_Hall34. On Twitter and Instagram.
34. We're starting our
Hall 34.
Our viewers are starting to go back up again. So I'm like, I'm not sure if I should just keep it the way we're at right now, or just should we switch to a different one? Ow! What are you doing? Being attacked by a cat here
I don't
once
know.
again, trying to jump up on. I know it's the other one that wants to come up. What do you want? What? Yeah, so we're gonna we've got 19 watching right now, guys. So we just want to say thank you all for tuning in. We're actually gonna switch to a brand new stream, okay? A brand new stream coming back up. So follow the channel, okay?